Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Let's see if I can get my camera fixed now. That's the only one that's not working.
You really just didn't do that before.
I forgot because okay, we're good.
I see we left off on this masterpiece.
Hold on. Oh no. Here's the problem: is that now I might have to unplug it, which might fuck up all of your guys. Hold on. No, it should be good. Once I reboot it, it should be good because then it will.
Turn it off. Let's go back.
No, it's good. It's good. Over. It'll fix it. It'll just move us around for a second and then it'll move back.
Say turning your camera off, you fucker.
No, you'll be fine, Tart.
Go to a different spot.
You're gonna turn it on. My Discord's gonna crash.
No, you're. Oh wait, no, you don't.
Wait, don't turn it on in Discord. You're fine. No.
Oh.
Let's see if it crashes.
Just your profile picture now.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't load, it's okay.
Okay, well, this is gonna have to do for now, so that's fine. Except you're frozen now. Your face is really funny. Do you guys see his frozen face?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
You motherfucker.
Okay, well, now I want to try to get mine working.
Everyone make the face while he's gone.
Oh no. I'm sorry, Tart. Okay. It is working in OBS at least. It might just have to not have my camera on here for a bit. But that should be good.
Normally the rule is you only send your camera to OBS or Discord, not both.
Yeah.
Because you're capturing.
That might be the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. Okay, in that case, I'll work on that while we're going. But in that case, hold on. Don't tell Tart what I'm about to. Hold on. I gotta redo it one more time.
Bruh.
Okay, yeah, hold on.
I wonder. I can't play it because I play DMCA, but.
There we go. Okay, now I'm in. No. No, I'm in the Discord. Oh god, yeah. Oh jeez. Okay. When he gets back, it'll fix it. Don't worry.
You call that an initiative roll? That's more like it, but still.
This is very cursed right now. Okay. Okay, now it should. Okay, now it should fix on the overlay. But it's not. Oh, it froze. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. I see. Okay. I just had to refresh some stuff. Okay, cool. We're good. I will fix my camera as we go. So let's put you guys on the map again so we can do our recap. So the way I normally do recaps is I like to have the players do at least most of the recap, and I might fill in some gaps here and there. But that way, it's less. It's for a couple reasons. For one, I like to see what you guys remember, like what's at the top of your mind from last session. Also, I don't want to necessarily flavor what happened with my own, seasoning, with my own perceptions of how it went. Right? Like if you guys thought it went really well, you had a really good ambush plan. I don't want to be like, oh, and they set up this stupid ambush, on accident or something like that. So
you want us to eat it unseen?
Yeah, exactly.
Medium rare chicken.
But yeah, so why don't you guys start with the recap? I guess Tart or TSM, you guys were the ones we kind of started with last time. What happened?
We got a big ol' upgrade and headed north after meeting our other two characters.
I was
Yeah.
the upgrade.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, we were there. We were along for the ride. Yeah, okay. Well, we started in the throne room, and I was immediately called out by the God Emperor with zero hesitation. And he wanted us to go kill the half-giant that you guys have been plagued with, that the previous party fought, right?
That's not we're going to my castle.
Yeah. We're going to her castle. I guess we don't know if she's there, but
And you guys
Find out on the adventure.
really want to drop the castle on a village, huh?
Well,
no,
mostly.
not a village,
That
a
was
city,
him.
a city.
Yeah, more people than a village.
Yeah. There will be many thousands
Uh-oh.
of casualties.
Oh, why-
Anyway,
Only Duncan is unfrozen.
Hold on.
The rest of us have been trapped.
no, what happened?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Don't worry
no.
about it. I fixed it.
No.
The delay is really funny. I heard I fixed it and then it just
And
on
yeah,
screen
then it
went
was-
like
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, looks super fixed. No, you're killing it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm working on it right now, okay?
Yeah, I suppose we don't need to be visible to
it plagued
explain.
the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so anyway, I suppose we can just do chronologically. Started in a throne room, and the God Emperor's son, Mulu, sent us to do kind of a side mission as well in Charloa, where their sister, or his sister, is leading a mercenary company, and she's bringing dishonor. I suppose not dishonor per se, but like she's not following the ideals that Korbach once set for the Boarman, and so we're to go convince her to stop, some by any means possible, I suppose. But the main goal is to blow up and act like we don't know nobody. No one knows that meme, really? That was like huge
Hang
vine. Yeah, hahaha, funny.
Mine's from the
Um,
islands below. We don't.
Yeah, but anyway. So main goal is to get to the castle floating above a wellspring to the southeast of Shiloah, and either board it and take it for ourselves, or, drop it on a populated area, whichever is, easier.
You know,
There's
depending on the
no
mood.
need to
How we
drop it on
feel.
that. We
It's
can
a
just
silly-
drop it in the forest.
silly
Eh,
We
food,
can
you
totally
never know.
screw up some squirrels.
I
That's
feel like
fine.
kind of quirky, wacky, wild.
I
Feeling
don't
cute might drop a
understand.
castle on a city.
I don't understand why it has to be honest.
Well,
It's just one of the options.
so he.
We're just remodeling the keep, okay? If you just look
Yeah.
at it like that.
So last
Your
time,
home-
Duncan's
your
character did actually kind of reveal why they don't like that city last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but
There's no, yeah, but I like understand, of all people, I understand that the leadership is really what matters. It's not the people who are like, let's kill Adau's family,
I don't see.
Funsies.
I
So,
just
yeah.
don't see what the worth of flattening a daycare is.
It's an orphanage, all right, not a daycare. Come on.
No.
At the end of the day.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna be creating some orphanages, sure.
We're putting
True.
them in business.
Yeah, we're exactly we're spurring the economy.
So, yeah. So, yeah.
I also watched the drum battle.
Yeah, oh yeah, they had a drum battle. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
For one. Yeah, and then we
don't
fought
know
some
if
guy
it
who
was
wanted
good.
to eat one of our horses and
Yeah, our thing who is ridden.
Yeah. Yeah, some riding elks.
fancy horse.
Yeah.
I have a blinged out horse. I remember I spent extra for that.
Yeah, because you have money. Some of
Because
us
you're a bourgeois
grew
fuck.
up
No.
poor.
But yeah. So.
To claw our way to the top.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you guys covered most of it there. Yeah. I was trying to think if there's anything else for me to add. I'm gonna get a different playlist of music playing in the background.
I mean, we also beat a giant's ass.
Yeah, that's what they're saying is
like,
the giant.
just obliterated it.
Yep, you did fight a frost giant. And I kind of mentioned this before when you guys started the fight, but like giants are pretty rare. Like true giants are are pretty rare in this part of the world. Especially, well, frost giants aren't necessarily like the strongest type. They're kind of like, they're not bottom rung. Bottom rung would be like your average hill giant, right? Who just has a loincloth and a club, right? Those are somewhat common, and so are like ogres and trolls. But as far as like true giants, after frost giants, it becomes pretty rare. There's really hardly any fire giants that are known of or anything like that. Storm giants are a thing of like basically just legend, stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, the let's see. What are you guys doing? You're rolling random dice.
Roll D0.
But yeah, so like you guys have brought up, you are headed towards this wellspring, it's called, which is a source of magical power, as well as being a literal source of water. And these are somewhat common in this part of the world. Or not common, but they're commonly known of. They're very rare to actually find. Most of the time because they're hidden away by fey creatures or by others who find them. Because they're very valuable resources for mages, for druids, for pretty much anyone. They could be powerful, right? For an enchanter, someone like making a new weapon, perhaps even a weapon that they had stolen from them that they need replaced. But yeah. So, yeah, and that is, yes, this spot that is being pinged. Ad infinitum.
This hidden area might be where the
yeah.
pink circles are coming off.
So actually I should clarify. This is I did some world building to fill in this area a little more. This red dot is not the actual wellspring. It is the closest major settlement. It's actually a town, or maybe even, you could say actually probably a small city. It's somewhere in between a town and a city, right? In a weird spot. Called... Oh god, I gotta go look at my notes now. Yeah, from... it's called Unadu.
Unadu?
The city of...
How do you spell that?
Yeah, I put it on the map there, so it's it should be there. Yeah.
Oh.
And actually, this whole area of forest up there, which is like, again, this area of forest is kind of like a couple 100 miles across of just forest, right? It's a very large stretch of forest. Not all of it is super dense, right? Some parts are more like meadows and stuff, but it is one contiguous kind of forest area. And so... yeah, so Unadu here is this forest is called the Unadun Forest, named after the city is named after the forest. Yeah. So it is there is a city or town of a few thousand people, right? It's a few thousand people with lots of other farms and settlements kind of expanding out in the woods and meadows nearby. And the forest has some other settlements in it. It's actually an old, it's actually traditionally been inhabited by elves, but more recently there's lots of humans and halflings there too. So yeah, and you guys were passing through this kind of like set of hills in this area when you were attacked by this giant, about halfway to your destination. The question I have is... well, actually, yeah, we went over the loot, right? That you guys found on the giant's body?
Yeah, I got like something. I got a scroll.
Yeah, you got a scroll and then a few potions. Yeah, let's see. And yeah, then you guys were going to basically continue on your way after finishing your rest. The question is, do you want to stop in this town to the this like city to the south? Again, these ones, anything that is marked on the map is a city. This is just a smaller city is what that symbol means as compared to the bigger ones. So this would be a good spot if you wanted. You do know that the forests, while there are settlements spread throughout, there are patches, like chunks chunks of like road that is just road with forest on all sides, where there's lots of like bandits, nasty animals, trolls. Like, so if you wanted to stock up, you're good to do so there. Otherwise, you could go around and just keep going, bypass it.
I want to stop in the city.
Okay.
Let's do it. Night
I think
on
we
the
should
town.
stop. Yeah, but I think we should continue to here and then go to the city, because I don't know. I feel like we don't necessarily need to stock up. Stopping would be nice, but it's not out of necessity. So
I'm less interested in stocking up and more seeing if I can get anything out of my spy network. If there's anybody out here,
okay.
I would like some information.
Okay, then we can just beeline it instead of looking for like bandits or encounters.
Because like my main headquarters was like compromised when we left, so like everyone's bugged out. So we're gonna be spread thin throughout the area, and I want to know if there was anybody around here. They would have left signs for me in Thieves' Camp to find them if there was anybody there.
I'm game. Unnamed town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was just looking to see, because I actually went through and came up with a couple of names for specific places. Yeah, this one does have a name. I did give it one. This is the town, or the city of... Hold on. It is called Ugodi. Ugodi.
Ugodians.
Sorry, I'm just writing this. Okay, yeah. Just writing some of my notes. Yeah, alright, so you do want to head through this, this city of Ugodi before heading into the forest, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You would know, like, there is like basic supplies you would be able to find in Unidu where you're going, like basic like potions and like stuff like that. You could find there, and they have like a smith in Unidu, stuff like that, right? But as far as like if you wanted to buy anything major, or you wanted to like what TSM was saying, like try to get intel, definitely Ugodi is a bigger city. That would be your best bet. So. Okay, so yeah, so you guys kind of stick to the hills then for a day or two more, and then kind of cut across this like valley here. This valley has quite a lot of like fields and just kind of yeah, it's you know, rolling hills and farmlands here, with a couple like streams crisscrossing, connecting up as they flow down further towards like Pune and other places further down this big set of valleys. So it's a pretty peaceful area. It's also like, it's pretty clear that when you're coming out of the hills, people eye you with a bit of mistrust, because they do think, it seems like a lot of them are like, oh my god, Tarvo.
It's because Rhook's an orc, isn't it?
No.
It is racist, yeah.
Well, he's not an orc. He's a human. He just looks like an orc because he's filed down his teeth to look like orc tusks. Well, yeah, he thinks he's an orc, but he's not actually an orc. No, it's really just because like there's like one of you is like a dragon elf who aren't always looked upon too kindly, or at least part dragon elf. One of you is a Boarman, you know, and then the other two just look strange. So, yeah.
You look strange.
Talvo looks the most normal, I'll give him that, but yeah. So as you guys approach this city, roll me an insight check, actually.
I feel like Rhuk should have disadvantage on all insight checks.
No, honestly, insight is like he can be insightful even if he's not like particularly smart or anything.
He doesn't even know that he's a human, though.
No, that's just because he's brainwashed. That's different. It's like you know what it is? It's like the tweet from the Flat Earth Society where someone asked them like, is Mars also flat? And they were like, no, Mars has been observed to be spherical in nature.
Yeah.
But then they still think that the Earth is flat. That's
the
Rhuk.
moon is round.
Yeah. So, alright, all of you
14.
All of you rolled like middling kind of insight rolls. Better than the average person. What I would say is you're all able to.
Somebody rolled as the elk.
Yeah, was that Tart? Yeah, it still takes from his. It still takes from his sheet. It's just that he can. Yeah, you can change. Like I can actually do. Hold on, let's see.
I also think that I'm an elk.
Anyways, so yeah, that's good. So, but yeah, no. So so all of you roll kind of like average rolls, which I'm gonna say in this case means that you can all tell something is amiss, or not, maybe not wrong, but something is different in this place, even though none of you have ever been to this town except for maybe one or two. Actually, you know what, probably Adau has probably passed through this place on the way to meet up with the rest of you, or at least sometime in the past. This town, or this city, is a decent hub of business and stuff, but it seems like there's kind of an air of tension. It's not out in the open, but there's something going on. More than that, you're not really able to pick up.
What kind of tension?
Interesting.
Sexual tension, Tart. They're all about to have a big old orgy in the town square. No.
Oh, dude, reception on that.
Yeah.
No. No, they
Oh my god.
Helios finds where the nearest orgy is and just joins it. No. So
hold on. So like, did we notice this as soon as we arrived? Just like people are not talking, they're shuffling around or something.
It's
like
not
that?
necessarily that open, and again, you aren't able to really tell why, but you can just. It's kind of subtle things. It's not even when you're in the city yet. It's kind of as you're walking by some farmlands outside. The farmers look at you with distrust more than what would be normal.
I mean, if it matters, my passive wisdom is 15.
Yeah, in this case, it would be,
which is higher than any of our rolls.
It's 13.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, it's one. We get the vibes. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose we should just. Yeah, the vibes. We're getting bad vibes.
I mean, you could always, you could always go and ask someone, or.
I suppose.
Check.
Good timing.
Let's go. Oh, I have low vibes.
Oh, the vibes are a 2.
So yeah. So as you kind of
continue to the city.
As you head into the city, yeah, you're not bothered by anyone or anything. At the gate, they might just eye you over, make sure they're looking to see how many weapons you have. Rhuk looks like an arsenal. He's got a bunch of weapons. And
no, I sold them. Remember?
Oh yeah, you sold a couple. That's right.
They +1'd me. And
A couple.
sold them right away.
Yeah. So, what do you want to? So Talvo wants to look for information, right?
Yeah, I want to look for one of the things I mentioned with Thieves' Cant is you can read signs.
Yeah, it's one of those things where your network wouldn't have a direct hold here, but you might know of people here.
Okay. Well, I'd still look around and see if I can tap in and see if I can use my reputation at least with whatever's happening around here.
Okay. While he's doing that, what does everyone else want to do?
Go to the tavern.
Is there anything important that needs to be done? Otherwise, I'll just start playing.
Yeah.
Start wowing the townspeople. We can distract them while you get information.
I think actually for you, don't you specifically, Helios, have a feat or a feature from your background that relates to getting work? Because you're an entertainer background, right?
I have 20 things on here.
Yeah, you have a lot. I think your entertainer feature means that if you want to find a place to get a gig going, your feature is to.
By popular demand. Yeah, I can always find a place to perform, usually in our tavern, but possibly with a circus, theater, or noble's court. At such a place I receive free lodging, food.
As long as you do the job,
night. Yeah. Then I'd have to be here overnight or something.
Well, yeah, I mean,
performance
this
makes me a local figure.
This would line up like you guys would probably be staying here overnight because you would have been camping somewhere nearby, if not.
No
so.
reason not to like stay here overnight for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's still another 100.
Oh yeah, it's a good
strangers.
Yeah,
they would recognize me in this town, so we can get some like clout here.
Yeah.
As we're helping that.
And so Rhuk could go with Helios. Helios, the Boarman bard, goes into a tavern, and then Rhuk goes to get some drinks. What is Adau doing? We know what Tal's doing, but what is Adau doing then?
I'm thinking I don't really have enough money to go to a blacksmith. Maybe if there's an apothecary, or maybe I'll see if there's any established religious orders around that I might notice. You know.
Okay.
See if I know anybody, because I have been through this town before. I'll say like maybe not frequently. It's like 1,000 miles from, or it's 450 miles from Fluria, but
yeah.
In the past.
Okay. So you said looking for like religious orders, potentially looking for alchemists or things like that.
Alchemist is a better word. Yeah.
Okay.
Tinkerer.
Yeah. There's this city has a couple smiths. It has definitely like a couple like herbalists, right? It probably does have an alchemist, or it's an herbalist who also makes potions too, right? You'd be able to find that, yeah. And are you looking to like buy something in particular?
No, not in particular. Just see, what's going on.
Okay.
Well, and by what's going on, I mean see what their inventory is. That was not the way to say that.
Okay. We'll get back to. We'll come back to that then.
Yeah,
I think first.
That requires generation.
Yeah, no, I think. I think first we'll go to Talvo. Talvo, you're kind of like you actually see there's like graffiti on walls, right? Graffiti is a thing that's been done in every city, as long as humans have been around. It's not a recent thing, and there's graffiti here, and you can, you do know this. The language spoken here is the same one as spoken in Pune, roughly, and so Talvo, you're able to kind of like look at the graffiti, and you're like, oh shit, that would just look like a normal kind of smattering of graffiti to someone, but to me, I'm like, Talvo's like, I know that means that there is a fence here. A fence being someone who sells stolen goods, right?
There's a fence.
Yeah, there's just a picket fence. But no, there's like, you see signs, and that would have been left by someone who is part of the underworld here. So
it's written on a fence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you would kind of, as the rest of them, as you guys have split up to kind of look at your stuff, look at into your own things, Talvo, you'd see this and you'd be like, okay, well, a fence is going to be pretty connected in the area. That might be a good place to start.
Exactly.
So.
I was going to go to the fence because they trade not only in stolen goods, but probably also information.
Exactly. And so you kind of you follow these like signs that are kind of disguised as graffiti to it's actually just kind of like a hut just like huddled in the corner of this city. The city does actually have walls. They're wooden walls, so it's not like super high, high-tech stone walls, but there are like 20-foot tall wooden walls surrounding like most of the city. Or like all of the city, except for stuff that's overflown. But yeah,
so it's weak to fire.
Maybe, but like, but yeah, it's this is a big city, and most of it is walled in, which is not a luxury that a lot of places necessarily have here. So, Talvo, you kind of walk into this hut that's huddled up near the wall, and the dude here kind of eyes you with a shifty look, and he's like, clearly he has a front for his business, and it's that he has like chickens and sells eggs. And there's a bunch of chickens out in the yard, but he's like, what can I do for you?
I heard this is someplace I can offload some unwanted goods.
Who sent you?
I just read your sign outside.
So you know people then. I gotcha. It seems like when you kind of say that you read the signs, he's like, okay, well, this guy seems like he at least knows what he's talking about.
I mean, it would make sense if even he would have been the one who put beside us, like, hey.
Mm-hmm. Well then. How can I help?
I'm kind of just trying to find out what's happening in the city right now.
Ha! Is it obvious? Didn't you see? You're new here, aren't you? He kind of like pauses.
Been here literally like 20 minutes, dude.
Take a couple walks around, you'll see, but I'll just let you in on the juice. The Duke is preparing for war, from the looks of it. People being levied, conscripted. He certainly thinks something's coming. No one really knows what yet, but armies being gathered to march in a few days.
Huh. Alright, thank you.
Could be going up to... There's been some activity from the dwarves in the hills, but I don't think that's enough to grab his attention.
And where is it? Where are they thinking of, like... Where's it look like they're mobilizing them to?
Not sure yet. The Duke and all the people that I have access to, they've been kept in the dark about it.
Okay. I mean, anything else that really comes to mind, or was that it?
He's like, well... He's like,
At this point, I stop and I drop like 5 gold pieces on his counter.
Okay, yeah, it looks like he was just about to like kind of hint that you needed that, but you catch him before he's able to. He's like, well, I will say the one thing I heard is that there were rumors that they're going to be fighting Boarman. I'm not sure why or which group of Boarman. There's plenty that run up in the hills and the forest here, but
enough to raise an army.
He shrugs.
Interesting. Thank you for your time.
He nods.
And, I mean, I guess I would say something to the effect of, like, I do have people who work in this business. Some of them will be coming to patronize you soon.
He nods.
Yeah.
My bad.
You're good.
I mean, with that, I would just leave. And,
Okay. Yeah.
I guess I would just come back to, like, Helios's performance.
Okay.
I assume, like, he would have drawn a crowd or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And going to see what was going on. Like, oh, hey, my guy.
Here's what I like to do is I like to see... I actually want, Helios, I want you to do for me a performance roll. Yeah. I want you to do a performance roll. Not with any specific like instrument, but just the skill performance. Because, right, you're putting on a whole concert. You're probably gonna switch between instruments, I imagine. There's gonna be different components to it. There's also a showmanship vocal component that's not about the instruments. So just give me a general performance skill check.
Goes from
as long as I don't actually have to
sing to harmonic,
okay,
to inward singing.
So again, like to put this in perspective, right? The average person, if they just picked up an instrument that they knew how to play, at least, right? If the average person picked up an instrument that they somewhat knew how to play, they would do like a 10, right? And the average person, the max they could do would be like a 20. So in other words, if an average person was really good with an instrument and was on their best day ever, they would roll like a 20, right? And you just roll a 23. So you are putting on a performance that is much better than what the average person could do, right? And so as you kind of begin to perform different types of songs, it does begin to draw in a crowd. Not a massive crowd. It's not like there's going to be a stampede, right? But there is enough people coming in that the barkeeper of this place, who you had basically just gone up to and been like, when you showed him your instruments, he's like, he had no one lined up for tonight, right? And so he's like, yeah, sure, give this Boarman a chance. He looked a little surprised that it was a Boarman bard, apparently. But as the night, as the evening kind of progresses and more people coming in, business is good, and the bartender makes sure that you always have a free drink at your side. They're definitely looking out for you.
Can I jump in?
Like to the performance?
Yeah.
Do a little jig.
Yeah, what are you gonna do to join in?
I'll just start like singing songs of my homeland.
Okay. Would Rhuk also join in on drums at some point?
I thought he was already. I thought they went together.
What time of day is it?
It's evening now, right?
Oh no.
Rhuk is very very self-conscious, so he's not going to join it.
Okay, yeah, and Rhuk, that's fine. Rhuk can just be drinking and kind of relaxing, you know. You've been traveling for
have a drink or two.
Yeah, you've been traveling for over a week at this point. And you know, the roads have been rough and it's basically just hiking, right? Yeah, okay. Talvo joins in. It's clear to most of the people in there. It's not like actively bad, but most of the people in there are like, what is this guy doing? It's not vibing, you know.
Maybe had a few too many arrows.
Yeah.
Just kind of grabbed the mic.
Yeah. But yeah, so in the meanwhile, while this is going on, Adau was looking for just kind of different things. He actually would. So again, there was this like an apothecary if you wanted to go there, but there is also actually a temple that you would find. To I know. There's like a pantheon here. I don't have it fully fleshed out, but it is to the kind of pantheon worshipped by the humans of this area in general.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I suppose before I go to a temple, because actually, are temples going to be open? You know, 24/7?
No, they'd probably be about to close.
At a drive-through.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I ride by all my elk and give them a little prayer, and then. Well, yeah, no, I suppose I'll go and have a service with them, if that's what they're doing currently.
It would be one of those things where
Maybe not a service, there'd be some people around.
Yeah, there'd be people coming in. It would actually be like people either coming into town, finishing work, or going out of town, finishing work, who are like, on the way, I'm going to stop by and give like a donation or something for good harvest, good blessing, right? This is actually, this is at the start of spring, so people are starting to sow crops and stuff, and yeah, so.
Please good harvest, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll go in, see what's popping.
Okay. Yeah, the priest there would come up and be like, you know, could I help you in any way? I see they actually recognize your armor, the like colorings of it and stuff. And they're like, are you part of the order?
No, I used to be, but now I'm more an independent contractor. But they've certainly been friendly to me in the past, and I'm here to see if there's see if I might take part in a short prayer. I cannot come up with a prayer, by the way, just out of character. Like, there's no way I can do that on the fly.
That's fine. Yeah, they would say, they would kind of like subtly motion towards the donation box.
Okay. What is yeah, you said money is like worth, it's like
a good,
more.
Yeah, I mean, it's
here, kind of,
you know, like even just
gold.
a few gold pieces would be fine for them to like say a prayer with you and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I guess I'll toss like,
or a few
3 or 4
silver pieces. I don't know.
Oh, well, I have. Okay, I mean, I guess I'll toss like 2 gold.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that like, you know, that is a good bit for like an average person. That would be a lot for you guys. For adventurers, it's not too much, but yeah. So this priest, they kind of like nod in appreciation, and they'll go over to like they have like a bunch of different kind of like idols of different like deities that are worshipped, but then there's kind of a more general altar where they just make prayers out to any deity or to any, you know, in honor of anything, really.
Yeah. They make DIY.
Yeah, so they will kind of kneel with you and say, what should we pray for in your honor, in the name of the gods?
Health, a good harvest, and peace among the cities. That's a good general. I think that's probably good.
They nod and they.
To what god? Then I don't know.
No, it's fine. They nod and they say, "Peace is something we could always use in these times, and especially with what I fear lies ahead."
Yes, I've heard. Well, actually, I haven't heard anything. I've heard my human self has heard some rumors, but Adau has not heard anything.
Yeah.
Well, what do you fear lies ahead then? Pastor, minister?
I fear that a storm gathers over this region.
It looked pretty clear when I walked. No. So what do you mean? I mean, I know that the well, obviously there's ever present conflict between the states, but that's not new, is it? Something specific is happening?
There's been rumors of a wellspring. And
here.
Well, near here. North in the woods. And I worry that it will bring about much more bloodshed than is worth any magical source. The gods should be more than enough for the people here to worship as we all do our best to make it here. Those who strive for power look for these well springs, but it never leads to peace.
Well, I'm sure you've heard the saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that we are no exceptions to that rule.
They nod and they kind of look around to make sure no one else is like listening, and they kind of lean in. They're like, "Unfortunately, I fear the Duke may be one of those corrupted. He used to be so open. He would even come in and pray with the common folk here. But I fear the Duke is..." And they just go back. Then they go back to kind of like murmuring a prayer.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So I suppose I'll finish the prayer and I'll say my goodbyes, bid them a good night. Maybe I'll drop a couple silver on my way out. I gave him the big donation, but
yeah,
3 or 4 silver. Let's go. They can't just tell you 3 or 4.
I gave the fence 5 gold. What are you doing?
Yeah, he's a fence. He's not a churchgoer. Maybe he is, but he's not. Like paying your drug dealer is not going to be the same as giving to tithe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
10% of your income. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I have 0 income. I'm like I said, contractor. I don't pay tax.
10% of 0 is still 0.
Exactly. Yeah, I take my gold out.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But okay, and then I suppose if there is an alchemist that would be still open, still having shoppers in, then I'll look around for that. But if it's too late, then I don't have to do that.
You might be able to catch like one as they're leaving. Do like an investigation check. Or, or if you want, instead you could do persuasion if that's better, to like persuade the information out of someone. It's up to you, but
information.
Like information about where something,
Yeah, so I suppose I'll ask the minister, hey, do you know of any, of the chemical persuasion around here?
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah, he'd point you right down the road. He'd be like, oh yeah, there's someone who comes in here quite often. You might be able to catch them before they leave for home.
Right.
Sends you to a drug dealer.
Yeah, that guy, you can get all your oxys down there. I take off at a full sprint down the road.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll go see him, and if he's left by the time I'm already there, then probably I'm not going to be like
He's actually just packing up, and as you're kind of like you walk in the door, he's like grabbing his keys. He's like, "Oh, what can I do for you?"
Hi there. You wouldn't happen to have some I couldn't maybe trade you some of these potions of healing for a potion of greater healing, or something like that. Yeah, hello, General Kenobi.
He would shrug and actually, he'd be like, "Sure, I'll take him. Let me." He would reach out to like sniff them, like just to make sure they're.
Yeah, man, they're real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 3, but I would only like. It would be 2 for 1, I suppose, right? Because it.
Yeah.
Just based on the die, I don't know. I could get, you know.
Yeah, it'd be 2 for 1.
And then I'd ask if he has a potion of fire breath. Or something similar. Something that, you know, I could... Yeah. Something like that.
He would actually say, he'd be like, don't have one of those, but tell you what I do have. You know, up in the hills here, occasionally we get, you know, ogres, and a couple years back, someone, well, a group of ogres started raiding farms and pillaging different areas around here. The Duke sent some men up there. They came back with a dead hill giant, and I paid for his toes so I could make potions with them. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and he holds up a vial. He actually reaches into the counter, pulls up a vial as a giant's toe, floating in liquid.
Interesting.
And he's like, the giant's strength is in their toes, and I've never been too much of a man for magic myself. I know a little bit more than the average person, though, and I followed the old recipe that my gran gave to me. And if you drink this, it should bolster you.
Okay, interesting. So let me... I suppose I'll be like, can I, you know, smell it? Get some of it on my fingers, see if I can divine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll bear the taste, I imagine, if I make sure I'm not getting scammed.
Yeah, the way it works is you could actually just take like a tiny swig, or like you know, take a nut, like put some on your finger, and you can actually tell what a potion is, unless it's like a special one. But
yeah.
But
then I will do that.
Shot at it.
Yeah, so you can actually tell this is a potion of hill giant strength, which will it changes your strength score to 21 for an hour.
Okay.
So 21 would be a +5 modifier. So I don't know, what is your strength normally?
10.
Okay, so it would literally more than double your strength.
Yeah. Okay. How much will this run me? Fine, good sir.
He's like, I'll tell you what, I could give it to you for 150 gold.
150. How about 150 gold and this potion of healing I have here? Not the greater healing, the other potion of healing. Or wait, did I just... Hold on. Did I just offer to give him more? What I meant was... Sorry, I'm not good at speaking English, or the local language.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe lost in translation, we'll say. Okay, but
yeah.
How about a potion of healing? If I added that to the pot, how much gold would be left for me to pay? Not in addition.
He's like, you know what, you seem like a nice gentleman. I'll give you 100 gold plus that potion, and it's yours.
Deal. And I'll hand him the potion and the gold.
Yeah, and he hands you over the potion with the giant toe. He's like, hey, be careful when you drink that. Don't actually swallow the toe. You just got to get the liquid in it with it.
I appreciate you telling me that now.
Yeah.
that would have been unfortunate. It's like I probably never mind.
Yeah.
It's like a chewy pickle.
Well, yeah. So yeah. Okay. And yeah, so he would give you that, and you know, he'd be like, he would looking you up and down. He could tell that you're an adventuring type too. He'd be like, if you ever come across a giant, be sure to chop off their toes and bring him
back here.
Yeah,
I got you, man. Oh wait, I just killed one like yesterday, or well, like 3 days ago. But I don't know if you want those, considering he's been dead.
Well, yeah, I don't think you guys would have thought to chop off the toes either.
No, I definitely didn't.
So you would have had to you'd have to trek back there, then have the rotting body and the no.
Hey man, if you have a dimension door or a magic circle, then I got 10 for you, but I can't go get him, unfortunately. Thanks for your business. I'll shake his hand with my 10 strength, and then I'll, yeah. Then I'll let him close, and I suppose I'll go find the rest of the party.
Yeah. Alright, that sounds good. That works. Hold on, I'm just changing the music. Okay. So we go back to the tavern where Talvo's joined in. No, not getting much attention. But Helios, his instrumentation, his singing, everything is going really well. The people of the tavern are really digging it. In fact, roll me, Helios, let's do 5d10.
Oh shit.
I wonder what this could mean.
For real. Did not.
He does 5d10 sonic damage to everybody in the tavern.
Yeah. What's the roll again?
So if you type slash roll and then
slash.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
That is nope.
D510.
500 sided die.
Yeah. Okay, so you get the people in here are mostly kind of like people who work in the town, a couple farmers who live on the outskirts of town. No one too rich is in here. A couple artisans, so they have some change to throw around. So this is 26 silver of tips that you get. It's not gold. Again, if this was like a royal court, you might get gold, but 26 silver is still like pretty good. To put it in perspective, that's enough to like stay. That's enough to, if you wanted to stay in this very inn.
Billy Goat says, where are the milk truck goblins?
No. If you wanted to stay in this very inn, that would pay for like several weeks of staying there. To put it in perspective, right? So, but as long as you're performing, you don't have to, obviously. But that's just to give you an idea. So yeah.
Okay, well, night's on me, boys.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have whatever strongest drink there is. I'll take a picture of it.
Okay. Yeah. And so yeah, as you guys are kind of like just relaxing and stuff. Yeah, the night is fairly calm. You would actually would Talvo eventually share the intel he found?
Yeah, I figure at some point we would finish up like the concert. We would all sit down somewhere and kind of maybe just share info on what happened during our days. Like, I would share everything I would.
Yeah, I would. We'd probably be like, you know, I talked to this priest, and he said that the Duke sucks, and they're going to war, and then you'd be like, yo, I heard that too. But yeah.
Yeah, but do you have this?
Yeah, I got a toe. Look at that.
What do you smell like feet?
What did you pay for your information?
My dignity? No. 2 gold and like 4 silver, I think. But I kind of paid to, you know, pay to pray. Is that a thing? P2P?
You know, inflation's going up right now, right?
Inflation.
Especially if we're heading into a wartime economy, essential goods have become really necessary because they have to ration those armies.
Dude, it was a church.
You tipped them.
I hope they're not making weapons. Yeah.
Alright.
What'd you pay, big man?
5 gold. Come on.
Where I come from, that's like a year's wages.
Well, I'm sorry you grew up in a fucking middle of nowhere, but here in the city, that's how people's kids get fed, dude.
Well,
whatever. No.
He's celibate. He's a priest. He'll deal with it.
Whatever.
Anyway. So wait, hold on. What did Rhuk, where did you go again? Like, what did you do?
I'm in the tavern just drinking my ass.
You just been here? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, he just drank.
Yep.
which is fair.
Noble. Oh no.
As you guys are kind of like...
Wait. What did you tip the Barbarian?
If I'm not gonna spend more gold than I have to.
She might have 2 kids at home.
She's walking by at the moment.
She's been bringing you ale for the last 8 hours, and you have nothing to leave for her?
She's walking by at the moment. She's like, I have 4 kids actually.
And toss one like the silvers.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, and honestly, a silver is more than a silver is like a big tip, like for 1 table. You know, unless Rook's been drinking for like literally the whole.
Yeah, maybe I'll slide a second one. I'm sorry.
She's like, oh, you're fine. I'm not gonna do the voice. She's like, you're fine. To be fair, your friend is honestly just quite the sight to look at.
Say that again.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, raises eyebrows.
Slowly turned into the breakfast scene from Reservoir Dogs.
Just there all night.
At a certain point, there's you guys hear, it's one of those things where like someone starts yelling, and after a second, you start to realize Helios realizes that they're yelling for him, like, "Hey you, yeah you," and you turn around. Unfortunately, it's like it looks like someone who's like had a few too many drinks. It's actually a few dudes that are actually in like uniforms, like they look like soldiers. And he's like, "Hey, you play a song for us again."
All right.
This time, Rhuk is gonna join in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as Rhuk goes to, they're like, "No, we don't want you. We want only the stupid Boarman."
That's me.
I'm gonna throw my drum at him.
You know what?
Wait.
I'm gonna throw my drum at him.
You throw the drum at him?
Yeah.
It like bonks him. Are you trying to like actually seriously hurt him or just embarrass him?
While I'm like fucking 10 ales deep, some dude was just rude to me. I wanted to play with my friend.
Just roll me an athletics. Roll me an athletics check.
Can you get drunk strength advantage?
12.
Well, I don't know. You can rage and get advantage.
Yeah, let's rage.
Oh yeah, just roll one more time then, and we'll take the higher. It's, you know, to be fair, the drinks affect you in more ways than one. So, yeah, Rhuk like gets up, was like, like, what did you say? Like, flings this drum. The dude like raises his arm, and it hits his arm, and it clearly hurts.
It bounces off.
Yeah, it clearly hurts.
Drum sound too.
Yeah, it's like boom, and he's like, oh. He's like, what the hell's your problem? I'm part of the Duke's royal army. You dare do that? He like stands up and starts walking over to Rhuk.
I just like start like immediately playing a song to distract them.
You start playing your music, and most of the people like start paying attention to that. But then, what does Rhuk do?
He's gonna push him. He's gonna get close.
Oh lord!
And yeah, at this point, the dude will then like try to punch Rhuk, and his friends get up too, and they're gonna like start trying to beat on Rhuk together.
Yeah, it's time to walk over there and be like, all right, fellas.
Oh, wait, am I using the veal? Can I like levitate them and be like, all right, like both of you just stop?
I think. Okay, hold on. Let me look. Levitate. You do have that on your magic instrument, but I believe you could only do.
I can perform and make a show out of them.
Yeah, it only works on one person though. So, would you want to do it on Rhuk or the dude who is? Actually, yeah. If they,
it would be funnier.
If you do it on the unwilling creature, they get to resist it or have a chance to resist it.
Is Rhuk an unwilling creature?
He's too drunk. He doesn't know.
Yeah. Okay, all right, we'll levitate Rhuk.
Okay. Yeah. So Rhuk is like all of a sudden, and like so levitate. The funny thing with levitate is that it's not a thing where you don't. You don't get to control it. It's not like fly, which is a separate spell where you get to fly. It just lifts you off the ground. So Rhuk is floating there. He can't like do anything. And Yeah, no, it's like Siles has a chat. It's one of those things where the dude's like, whoa, what the hell? And then they try to like punch him in the dick as he's rising. But at this point, Adau has gotten over there, and Adau is like, hold on. Adau, what do you say? Because the dude looks at you and he's like, who the fuck are you? And he clearly needs a good answer, or else he's gonna try to fight you instead.
Yeah, I can only get one person.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Okay, so then Adau is like,
I don't need to answer to
you. Okay, yeah, roll me an athletics check yourself then. Okay, it would just be the 12, right? Yeah, because you don't have advantage, so we take the left roll. So you just go, and it clearly hurts. It goes, but it's not enough to like knock him out just from one.
Yeah, he's gonna be a little peeved. and
they're just gonna start like brawling unless someone else steps in.
Can I step in and try to like persuade everyone to just chill out for a second?
Oh yeah, what are you gonna say to do that?
Like, whoa. How about I buy everyone a round of drinks and we all just calm down?
Okay, roll persuasion with advantage because you mentioned drinks. Okay, and the dude was like, getting about to punch at Adau, and Talvo steps in and was like, "Come on, guys." And yeah, when you mentioned drinks, there's like, it better be that whiskey I've been drinking the whole night.
Well, yeah, sure, whatever you want.
Yeah, and him and his friends like will just kind of saunter back over to their table.
I'll walk over to the bar and I'll put like 3 gold pieces down and be like, this is, serve this till it's out.
And they nod. They're like, yeah, we got you. Yeah, and the bartender is like this kind of like gruff dude. He's like, honestly, with how much business you brought in, yeah, I got you. This will cover everything.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. Yeah, okay.
Thanks for stopping my bar from being beaten to shit during a brawl.
Yeah, and so and at this point, Helios' new performance here.
There he goes.
No.
I'm sorry. That was actually, I think, my internet or something, or maybe Discord. I don't know. That was weird. Did it cut out for the stream? I don't think it did.
It did.
Okay.
But yeah, it did, but we're back.
Yeah, that's fine. When he's back, he'll fix
he
itself.
levitated too far away. Sorry.
Talvo goes to piss in both the game and then in real life. But no, yeah. While we're so basically the fight that was about to happen gets de-escalated, and Helios begins to perform, and the performance goes over well. This is like an encore, basically. Before the drunken dudes, like leave and then don't bother Helios anymore. But
after Helios's first song, Rhuk shouts, "Someone get me down from here!"
He's still there because I'm using the veal.
You can like unlevitate him.
He's like, you just dangle out there like the SpongeBob.
Yeah. But yeah. Mm-hmm. So that works. Okay, in that case, yeah, you guys would be able to then just kind of finish hanging out. You eat your dinner and you get a good night's rest, I suppose.
Time to retire. Yeah. Time to retire.
Yeah.
How much is a night here?
We'll say that Helios covered it. That won't work all the time, but his performance is good enough here that they're just not going to worry about it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I did slap a shit ton of money on the...
Yeah, that too.
That's true.
Yeah, so they don't... you come up to pay, and he's like, don't worry about it. Just, he'd tell you the rooms that you can take. So
it's also piss time for me. I will be back in about 15 seconds.
Okay. I just realized my camera's a little bit off, just a little bit.
Don't you fucking dare.
No, it's just on OBS. But yeah, so okay, in that case, the the group of you go to sleep. You probably stock up on some basic like supplies, like rations and stuff, the next day. But yeah, actually, the
actually, there is something I wanted to buy.
Yeah.
How much are flasks of oil?
Like there's like for your blade.
No, just like a bottle of oil that you can chuck at somebody.
Like okay, that sort of oil. Okay.
Yeah.
Motor oil?
There are
For a motorcycle.
there are flasks of oil that are generally. Hold on.
Oil.
Hold on.
Jesus.
There is a cost in the DMG. What is it? Okay. It would be like 5 copper, which is half of a silver. So 2 for 1 silver.
And how much for a candle?
This is like pitch, right?
For a candle? Yeah. For a candle would be like, I don't know, 1 silver for a basic one, just like a basic candle. With a thing to hold it too, like, you know.
I would like 30 of each.
30 candles and 30 flasks of oil. Okay. Yeah, so then what did I say? That would be 45 silver pieces then.
Okay.
Which is the same as 4.5 gold.
Well, I mean, I have 1,000 silver pieces.
Okay, yeah, take it for the silver then. There's also Alchemist Fire that you might be able to find.
Is that like Greek fire?
Yeah, Alchemist Fire is like napalm.
Based.
Although, you'd have to look for that one.
And I think I want to buy some rope too.
Oh,
Or
nice.
actually,
No.
Can I get can I buy nets, perhaps?
Yeah, there's nets are actually they even have like their own special rules.
Can I get a crowbar, a ski mask?
Yeah, so a net is a little more. A net is a gold piece for 1. But to keep in mind, it's like a big net. It's big enough to like. Nets are big enough that they could honestly be used effectively on large-sized creatures. So like a bear or something.
Giant elk.
Giant elk, yeah. Or actually, no, normal elk would work, but not giant elk.
Elks are already giant. Like, how big are these giant elks?
I'm afraid.
How much are ropes?
Rope is like a 50-foot length is, I think, let's see. So, 1 gold for 50 feet of rope.
Okay. Well, that's pricier than I imagine.
It's nice rope, and it could support a lot of weight.
Not what I'm using it for.
Are we there? Just like.
Yeah, has anybody watched me just buy copious amounts of oil?
How much is this? Like this much?
Yeah, but
Only
you were asking while you're thinking about that. Someone asked you how big. So okay, so to be clear, the normal elks, the stuff that you're riding, are normal elks that are just trained. There are separately giant elks, right? And giant elks are very big. Giant elks are like the size of an elephant, basically. Or well,
okay.
Maybe not elephant, but like
elephant?
a small elephant. Yeah.
I mean, no. I consider an elk as like its horns or antlers.
I feel like you might just be describing a normal elk.
No, a normal elk is, you know,
like an elk maybe the size of a moose, perhaps.
A normal elk is like only a bit smaller than a moose, you know. So.
Yeah, but it still can, like, with its antlers,
moose
can power like 9 feet or something like that. It's huge.
Yeah. Or okay, maybe it's not like an elephant. It's like a giraffe. Imagine like giraffe-sized elk, right? They're like a giant elk is like 15.
Elk with a really long neck.
A giant elk is like 15 feet tall from bottom to top of antlers, right? Like they're big. Like you could walk underneath. You could walk underneath them, like their legs.
Is that bad luck?
Maybe. But actually, it's funny you mentioned giant elk, because as you guys are going out into like the town to get supplies ready to go in the morning,
One walks into the bar.
No, not one doesn't walk in the bar.
And,
but you
and topples it.
You actually do see a giant elk being led through the streets. And it actually has a collar on and is being led by soldiers of the forces here.
Does it look like it's captive or it's like trained war beast?
It looks like it is trained, but also it doesn't seem particularly happy to be in its captivity.
Okay.
Because they are intelligent creatures.
Yeah. Is it being led by like a parade, or is it just its captors?
Yeah, there's a good a good squadron of soldiers here.
Did everybody here name their personal riding elk?
I don't have it.
I didn't know how to add a thing, so no.
I would have a name for them. I just, out of character, don't have one. But I would have a name.
Yeah.
Out of respect for them.
Greenie was an actual giant oak, by the way. The one that Tart has, but that one is not here. Yeah. I mean, Greenie might be alive somewhere, but they're not here.
Mending the elk.
Yeah.
Didn't we have to like leave Greenie somewhere?
Well, you left Greenie when you ran from that village.
Yeah.
What if this is Greenie? What if this is Greenie?
It doesn't look like
identifying
Greenie.
features. Oh, okay.
Well, Greenie did, but this one doesn't have any. It would have different features. Yeah.
Okay.
They know where Greenie is.
Can we assume that my elk has a name and would respond to it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Just housekeeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would have been. You would have been told the names that they were trained with, like because war elk the war trained elk and riding elk are trained from birth.
Like, fuck that. We've been traveling 300 miles. This is my elk now.
You can rename it. It just takes some time to train, which you've had time now.
Okay, there we go. That's all I want.
Yeah, it would be starting to respond to its name now.
Okay.
Okay. So I suppose we'll observe this convoy of soldiers. Where are they headed? Like what area of the city?
It seems like they're just headed into the center of the city to like group up with others.
I want to follow them and see what they're doing.
Yeah, you guys follow them. It's kind of on your way because you're crossing through the city. And you just kind of follow. There's actually a good crowd following too of people who are curious about this.
Can I hit it with an insight check?
The elk? The giant elk?
Like the soldiers, like where they're going, like.
Yeah.
Does it seem like something where it's like really important, or is it just some like kind of like?
You don't even need to make an insight check. It just seems like they're basically going there for like training or something.
Okay, so like, they're kind of just going through the paces. It's not like they're on edge or anything.
No, they're fine. So. But yeah. Anything else? What you guys
where do we arrive?
We just followed it?
Yeah, where?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So then you would arrive at like the town square next to like the central keep of the Duke here, where there is like a kind of parade, like exercises going on.
Okay.
Fuck yoga?
No, they're doing like most of the people here have like most of the soldiers in the square have like shields and spears, and they're kind of doing like exercises with them, training.
What do the soldiers look like? Are they like levy, like just coifs and no armor?
What's the composition of their army? Is it like?
Well, both. I want to know about their armor too.
Yeah, so it is. It is mostly human. Some elves, some halflings. There's actually a small halfling. Like, halflings are kind of weird because it's like they're not big enough to really be able to take much of a hit, but...
Do you really have to say small halfling?
But, no, a small amount of halflings.
Especially compared to the giant elk, they're like...
The halflings, though, you could tell are clearly meant to be like a hit-and-run force. They have light armor, and they're basically... Lots of them have like javelins, or like war darts and like slings and stuff. They're clearly meant to be like hit-and-run
Do they have any like squadrons of halflings strapped to a giant elk, like maybe like 8 or 10 of them?
No.
That just runs through the ranks and they just slash their knives as the elk runs by?
No, but but you can tell that like to get to Dunok's question though, most of them look to be like common folk who are conscripted, but there are some who have the look of like professional soldiers.
Yeah.
And then what's like the quality of the armor or their weapons? Is it like obviously
Say state funded?
Conscript
Or-
like
Most of the armor,
as many swords as you can get, even if like,
it's most of it is
a
like
rock.
leather armor and stuff. Nothing too crazy. A couple of the lieutenants and higher ups have like chainmail and stuff. No one's walking
Okay.
around in like plate armor. That's, you know,
Are there any indications of slave camp?
of like people being forced
like
to.
when they would just send like a legion of like.
No.
No, okay.
No, in fact, actually, this town, this city has had a relatively low amount of like slaves as far as you can see in the surrounding area.
Okay.
So, we're in front of, you said, the Duke's, like, manor or keep?
Yeah, there's a big keep here.
Okay, is this part of, like, I'm gonna ask somebody if they know, is this supposed to be in preparation for a speech, or are they just, you know, flexing before they leave?
Yeah, they're just flexing. Yeah, one of the
Okay.
townsfolk near you would be like, "Oh no, Duke never comes out without telling us first."
Fair enough.
Okay, so if I'm remembering right, like what we learned is that they're anticipating having to fight the Boarman from the south right now, right?
That's
Yeah,
one
I'm thinking
interpretation.
I'm thinking they're anticipating our Boarmen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
just, who has the sending stone? Tell them. Go,
Oh,
tell
Yeah,
Jed.
I have it.
Oh yeah, no.
You tell him
Jed,
that that Ugoti's army
I would do actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jed could sending stone the guy, Jed, who's in charge of the force that is being sent behind you, which again is like a couple hundred Boarmen.
Yeah, they're closer
well,
because
I
we stayed
mean-
the night.
There's that, but another thing that's occurring to me is, well, what if we hurry up and make a big to-do up here at the fountain or whatever, and then now we have this army amassed, and they're like, oh shit, do we deal with whatever the hell is happening in the north? Or we stay here ready for an attack from the south that maybe we don't know is gonna happen?
So, when I was talking to the priest, he said to us, or to me, that the Duke's been acting different. That this belligerence isn't a usual part of his, you know, MO. So I'm thinking that there might be something to that, considering the wellspring up north. And maybe they wouldn't care so much if there was a ruckus up there. And they're intercepting the Boarmen for that purpose.
Well, what do we know about the Duke?
Nothing. Literally nothing. Except that his behavior has just changed, and he's working against our interests. If he's attacking our Boarmen, that is. But I suppose we don't strictly know if that's true.
For a brief
I think it...
Talvo considers another assassination heist. Anyone remembers?
Kill the Duke.
Just one last one.
I once threw a Duke out of a window, or a count. It wasn't a Duke, it was a count.
Yeah,
But
not in this game, but to be
Yeah,
clear, not
that
in
was
this.
out of character. That was out of character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You say in the first game that Duncan was in with me, he threw a count out of his castle window.
Yeah, and that was the end of that character.
yeah. They got executed and then turned into a demon after they were killed.
Whoops.
Yep.
He discounts it not because of either of the new party members. He just remembers how badly Rhuk fucked it last time. Just
Yeah.
he shouldn't.
If Rhuk goes charging in? No.
Oh my god, he just went in. But yeah, so Helios, I think it would be a good idea.
I look
To-
over at Rhuk and I kind of like I put
Let
him his
Jed know, yeah.
his bandana that I gave him to show him that he's one of my lieutenants. Like, when's the last time you washed that, buddy? You keeping that clean?
Rhuk doesn't wash anything.
Yeah, it's like the bloodier your medical tools, the better a doctor you are. Same with his clothes.
Sure.
Yeah.
They did used to think that. That used to be, you know, look how many operations I performed.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah. So would you guys just kind of head out the city on your way now, or?
Well, where are we deciding to go? Are we gonna head towards the Wellspring, or do we want to kick rocks around here for a little bit?
Yeah, because it's like, well, what if we get up there, get to the castle, and all of a sudden Jed's getting his ass beat back here?
Well, if we let him know, he can send forward, like, he can send a forward scout in one direction.
I mean, either way, either Jed's getting his ass beat back there, or we go there and all of a sudden there's a fucking army behind us chasing our ass while we're trying to fight demons.
Yeah.
You know, like...
I think if we stay around here, we should do odd jobs, take bounties, perhaps, such that we can,
I think we wanna either
get our money up,
head to the ground, see what's going on, or try to persuade this army to head to one direction or the other and send that information to the boars.
We could send them the other way.
Yeah, well, I mean,
send them like a wrong direction.
Yeah, but that would be a difficult
flag operation.
Black flag?
Yeah.
What is that?
Where we make them think it's like something coming from the north, like maybe a rival faction, or
a false flag.
Hey, they've got this like castle that they're hanging out in.
Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, what if
we can talk to the Duke and try to do that. Maybe get in with some of the officers. We'd have to be here maybe a couple days because we'd mingle with them at the taverns and stuff.
Real. If we could somehow like conjure or like drum up like a second threat to kind of like split the focus of this army.
Did someone say drum?
Like what? Do we have any illusory, spellcasters?
Well, I meant like more like linguistic illusion.
Oh, yeah. That's an interesting.
What if we just lied? What if we just went around and lied?
Still, look. How big is this army? I mean, you said it's a city of like 50 to 100,000, right?
This one would be probably. This one would be a little smaller than that. This one's only like a few tens of thousands, maybe a couple, like 20,000 people. Still. It's pretty big though.
They can drum up an army of a couple hundred to a couple thousand, maybe. Because I'm sure their recruiting standards aren't the best. So it'd be difficult to get in with their officer structure, and we could maybe sow disarray, but that doesn't really help in long term. If they're planning an ambush for weeks down the line, or even a couple days from now. I think we'd have to go to the top and persuade the leader that what they're doing, isn't correct. And first, we don't even know what they're doing. Maybe it's a completely unrelated threat, and they're actually going to hunt Locke's mercenary band in the forest. We have no idea.
As you guys are talking about this, because you're kind of like huddled off to the side of this like square, this plaza, like just kind of talking to each other, discussing things. You hear like, "Oi!"
I'll turn.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually the soldier from the night before. Who is clearly like a lieutenant of some sort. He's got chainmail on, which is a sign of having some sort of power. And he's like, "Oi, are y'all here to join the ranks?" It's actually pretty clear to you he doesn't remember any of you at all from last night.
I'll walk up. "Hey, man, dude, how's it going, bro? Last night was awesome."
Yeah, dude, that was so.
He's like, "What did you eat last night?"
I can't believe you did a keg stand on the table.
He's like, "Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but I seen you looking around here for a while. You trying to get yourselves recruited into the Duke's army?"
"Sure, bro. Yeah, what's going on?"
He's like, what do you mean, what's going on? Are you mercenaries?
No, dude, I
don't know. Mercenary is kind of a derogatory term.
Are you with that group that we sent for a couple weeks back?
Who was the messenger?
I don't know.
Then it could be us. We get contracted a lot by many
So
people.
it is you.
Yes, we're very competent at our craft.
You got us.
That's us. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
From what I heard, I thought this was all halflings, but I guess you guys will have to do.
We're better than him.
Well, the guy, he was pretty tall. Maybe he just mistook us.
So he's like, so you are you're part of the half band then.
I'm gonna look at Talvo.
We are part of the half band.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, only some of us play instruments. So
Yeah.
only half of this is a band.
No. Wrong. Yes. All right. Anyway, we didn't get a mission description from the messenger. He just kind of said we were summoned. Do you know specifically who we could talk to get orders?
Well, the Duke will probably give us our orders for marching in a couple days, but until then,
Locked up tight.
he nods.
That's how it is.
But to tell you what, there was a group of Boarmen causing some problems, and if you're willing to go, and he looks at like Helios, and he's like, hey, listen, I know your kind are willing to fight each other for the right price. And not a big group. This is not what you know. Because there's got to be more of you in the half band, right? Are you guys just the advanced group?
More of him?
More of you all.
Yeah, the half band's a really huge agency. We're very wide recruiting. Yeah, you know, big.
You know, there's no such thing as half a whole. It could be any size.
He's like, okay.
Play.
He's like, okay, so he's like, all right. Well, tell you what, if you're willing to make some extra bucks, we could put some coin on the line if you go take care of these Boarmen. They've been raiding up in the hills a couple days to the west of here. If you go there, take care of that, they'll probably be it'll probably be done by the time you know. I'm sure it won't take you long to wipe out a clan of Boarmen. You could probably be back before the rest of your group gets here, before we march out.
Yeah, that sounds good. How many Boarmen do you think we'd be dealing with?
I don't know, 20. You'll be fine.
20? Okay. Well,
Direction
I'm
did you
sure.
say?
Yeah, it was west. He said, in the hills to the west.
No, actually, yeah, let's super do that. Yeah, no.
I think that's a good idea. But obviously, you know, the Duke has an agreement with the band. But given that this is an impromptu job, we're gonna have to ask for some of the payment in advance.
Well, not even that, but you know, my friend here, he knows much of, obviously being a Boarman himself. He knows much of the Boarmen.
Yeah.
I think you need to bring as many soldiers as you can spare with this on this, because I've seen these Boarmen fight.
Oh, they're fierce. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They will.
I like a weak like.
You want to roll intimidation?
He's a bad example. Wait, bad? Okay. I mean, even so, like.
I've fought enough. He's like,
oh no.
Boarman. You should be able to, like, you know, rip a phone book in half, right?
He's like, I know how fierce Boarman can be. Trust me, I've fought him before.
Hello.
Why don't we? I could send a couple men with you if you'd like, some archers.
Sounds good.
Yeah, he'll nod and he'll call out, and he'll call over a couple dudes who are clearly archers. And these guys actually look like pretty experienced. They're not just common folk. They're pretty experienced archers. And he's like, hey, you guys are with them. They'll tell you about their. What's your name, by the way? And he points to Talvo.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Peter? Okay. That's the name you're going with. Okay. And yeah, so he he talks to his guys. He's like, hey, you guys gonna be going with them. Don't worry, you'll get extra pay for this.
Sounds great.
Okay, I suppose we can head out then. We'll be on our way as soon as you know, we've discussed our action plan.
Yeah, let us just have a little powwow here real quick and start marching. Is that one good?
Their game plan.
Yeah, they will like kind of step to one side, give you some space.
Okay, so what if I just send?
That's my roommate John.
No, like what if I just sending stoned and told these boards to go meet
I'm John.
this little raiding?
John, my friends call me John.
And what if we just run this like little battalion they gave us into the Boarmen to the west? There's like a single battalion. Made it seem like they're coming from the west, and then the Boarmen can attack from the south. While they're all freaked out.
We don't know the affiliation.
If we
of
lead
this
a
raiding
large
group.
company of men into this trap, They all disappear, no response back. They think we died being part of that.
And then we can
Maybe.
just give ourselves some space between us and Jed's again.
I mean, they're only giving you 2 archers. Like, it's not that much.
Yeah.
We're also, I mean, but yeah, also consider that we still don't have definitive evidence that this is our band, you know?
This
Yeah,
could be
I know.
Moomin's sister.
But
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
Just
Movement.
like the idea of disappearing and not being on these people's radar.
Yeah, but think about how much we could fleece them for. Like, come on.
I mean,
What services we could do the good people of Ugodi, with our martial prowess.
you okay, dude? I can give you some cash if you're not.
Yeah, I'm actually really poor.
If I give you 100 gold, will you shut up?
Damn. I'll give you
What if they hear
$100 to shut the fuck up. I'm just looking out for the financial interests of the party, man.
Is it a yes or a no?
The financial interest is right there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, sure. Yeah, if you want to give me 100 gold.
Okay, I will give you 100 gold to not think about everything through the lens of gold.
That's
And then we'll
yeah.
I'm sorry I said shut up. That came out a little strong, but I think
Apology
being
check.
alive is way cooler than being rich.
We can be why not both? We can do both.
Well, one of them requires the other.
Not necessarily. Have you ever heard of a lich? Or,
Okay.
but yeah. So I suppose it's time to. How do you do that?
Is that-
Add in my tools.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, but all right, yeah.
Apology,
So
my tools.
I suppose let's gather up the archers and then we can head out west. And then did you already sending stone?
Well,
Jed.
that's what we were doing. As I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do with the sending stone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we should send a message, like saying, "Are you here? We're going here with men." You know, something
Okay,
like
well,
that.
So a sending stone is once a day, right?
Yeah, but they can
yeah.
respond.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably
And
take
we have
a few days to
25
do
words.
anyway.
You sent
Yeah.
one earlier. Did they respond to whatever you sent them?
Oh,
And
did
would
you
share
actually
that
send
with-
something?
No, that would have been like a couple days ago.
Yeah, that was when we got here.
Oh, well, did you get anything back from?
Did
I
we?
don't remember what you said.
In fact, we never actually talked about what we were going to say, but we did say like we sent them
eBay
something.
mode.
Yeah, so the way sending
Yeah.
stones work, by the way, is that you get 25 words. They respond, and then that's it. They respond with 25 words or less,
Oh,
and that's
we just tweet them.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a tweet.
Yeah.
And then they can also use it to send one to you the same day. So you can technically do message to them, they respond, then they send a message to you, you respond. So you could get a few messages back in a day. But
Okay, well, I assume you would have sent something like, "We've arrived in Ugadi."
yeah, that would have been like the day before. So then this morning now, when you're seeing this army group and you're getting a job apparently, what is it that you say to them?
So, what was our plan then? So we're leading these archers in the map, right? We're gonna meet up with our group before we meet the raiders, or
Well, like I said, we don't know if these are ours. Like, we could just genuinely be going to fight a group of Boarmen.
exactly with our we have 2 archers.
Oh, he said it's like
of
3
them.
days travel. He said it's 3 days travel. Just
Like
add-
2
We'll
days.
be able, yeah, 2 days. Well, we'll be able to talk to them again. Is the thing.
Yeah.
So just say,
We'll tell
where
them
are
that
you?
we're on our way.
Yeah, say where are you? We're
As a
going
message.
here.
I have a message from my son. So I have one as well.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want, you can type it out in the chat so we can make sure it's 25 words.
Via Leeward.
Who does this sending stone doesn't go to? Does it go?
No, they're 1-to-1. It's like a
Well,
can
no,
with string.
I was asking if the sending stone direct. Is it suddenly does it go straight to the God Emperor or?
No,
does it
to
go
Jed.
No, it's a Jed.
It goes to
Yeah,
Jet.
Jet.
Oh
The
god,
leader of the. Oh god,
Okay.
that's a lot of Leroy's.
wrong,
So I will
wrong
type
button.
A sending stone to Jed.
Yeah, so what What would the message be then, Helios?
Never lawless.
What?
So you were typing a message?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, if he wanted, do you want him to
I
compose?
thought you said
You said Helios.
Well, because he has the stone, right?
Yeah,
I
but
thought we had two. I thought I had one.
no.
But they're
No.
1-to-1. It's
I
not
have
two.
one, it's
Aren't like.
1-to-1.
Yeah.
I have one. Jed has one. But I'll just take the message from you for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is a good message.
I have it, but like you can use it. It would be
Okay.
nice.
No.
And that's like 18 or 19 words.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. That's few enough words.
There's 20.
Approved and sent.
Well, here's what I want to do is this.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, we can also, like, even if you were to send that first message, we can ask that on, like, in the
reply.
intermediate day. Yeah, on the way
Yeah.
there.
On the way there.
Like if we can find, if there is a code word and if they respond to it, then we just turn around and kill the dudes around us. If not, then you know maybe.
True, but
maybe
we
it is the
want to
best.
do that a little further from the town. I think, like a day or two away.
Oh yeah, I mean, wherever we end up running into these guys. Yeah, we get, eventually it's gonna come probably to a fight.
When we're debating sending, like, when we're talking about these sending stones, I'm gonna allude to talking to the rest of the halfling band, or the half band, as if we're not talking to a bunch of boarmen.
Oh yeah, no, we're contacting HQ.
Okay.
Yeah, we're contacting
Make sure
HQ.
the
Yeah.
tax paperwork is
Okay.
filled out right.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Alright, well then I suppose we can be on our way.
Well, hold on. Let me give you the response to the message there. So he said, we are headed in the woods west of Igodi with several men from the Duke's army. What is your location? So they would respond. Let me see. I'm gonna count my words.
For a second, I thought it was grumble, grumble.
That was good timing.
I was like, oh, what?
Okay, so that's one. Two,
Also,
They sent poetry GM is typing. Is that the code word?
yeah, that's the code word.
So this is the message that Helios receives back from Jed.
Okay.
And it actually sounds like he's talking when you receive this. You mentally receive it. And so he says, he's like, we just found the cat, etc. Yeah. But only you can hear it.
Are we out of range of the archers?
Mm-hmm. Out of
I
your
see
shot.
He relays that to us.
Oh. Oh, here he goes.
Or is also out of your shot?
So yeah.
Bless you. Well, wait, I'm sorry, John
Passed
came
the
in
sneeze check, so he left when it.
yeah. But John came in as the lieutenant was talking about sending archers with us.
Yeah.
What else did he say? About it was just, yeah, I can send archers with you, and that was
Yeah, that's
the end
it.
of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, go with them, have fun.
Fair enough.
So
I'm
yeah.
I'm like happy with archers because if these dudes that we're running into are our guys, it feels like archers are pretty fun to massacre
Exactly.
from inside the rank.
Maybe we don't want to kill them just yet.
Well, no, but if it,
Yeah, I mean that is just like they are just farmers who were conscripted. We would just be murdering people.
Yeah, which you
Not
know,
like
is
we have problems
usually-
with murder. I will drop a castle on Shiloh, but
more
you know.
scared of Kerbach than anything else right now.
So yeah.
yeah.
All right. So yeah. So the
I mean,
So yeah, you got this message. He does ask if they should avoid Ugodi, but you have to wait to respond. So, yeah.
All right, well let's head out.
Well, that was the message we sent when we got there, right?
No,
No, that was just now.
that was the one we
this is
sent.
just now in the square. Yeah, you haven't left yet. Like you're still standing around in this square. That's why I'm like, yeah. So yeah, what's the plan then?
Depart, I think.
Okay, you're gonna go out to
No, I
these
mean,
boarmen.
we got ours
Yeah, go out to the Boarmen.
to the west.
Yeah, I guess we should.
You
go with
actually,
the man.
soon after, like a few minutes after, you're gonna receive a message from him, because remember, he can send one too. And then you guys get to respond to his message.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, so it's like you get to send one, which they get to respond to, then they can send one that you get to respond to. So it's technically 2 sets per day.
It
If
is
you
weird, like,
use
how would
it.
you ask a question as a response then?
Yeah.
You would have to send a double.
Well, no, you could just send answer and then question with it. You just have to be
Yeah.
brave.
But like they sent us a question, but should we avoid it? And it's like, well, we can't respond to that.
avoid. Period. And then our message.
Thank you, party icon.
Thank you, party icon. Very
What
helpful.
did you?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I would even say avoid. Stay to the mountain. Because you don't want them just tromping through this big valley. They'll be seen a million miles away.
I'm gonna actually just send it just to you, Helios, and you can, like on Discord, I'm gonna send it.
Okay.
I like that way better because then you have to relay it and see the reaction of the others.
That is true. All right.
So this is like 5 minutes later, you're still just discussing things, and then you get another message.
Okay. So how do I do this?
Yeah, how would Helios tell the group?
Yeah, explain.
All right, we got a DM. Will your travels to the west delay you much? We expect you to scout the wellspring ahead of us, to assist us in spreading chaos.
No. I mean, how far back are they? They're like 3 days behind us, right?
Yeah.
So we'll
And
still be
we
one day
spent
ahead
a day
of
in
them.
this town.
Yeah.
Well, so you'd have to travel there 2 days, then travel back 2 days.
Oh, that's if we wanted payment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Spread chaos.
We could tell them to, I don't know.
We could temporarily meet up with them.
Could we make up a fake reason to stall our expedition by 3 days?
Well, we could also, like, maybe we can go to these raiding Boarmen and say, there's much bounty to be had. Wait here for a war party of several hundred Boarmen and follow them where they go. They have orders directly from Kurbach, you know.
Yeah.
Well, here's my idea.
They could be against.
They could be, and then we'll kill them.
This Ugadi here is a pretty big, like foothold between Kurbach and the Wellspring. What if we just sit around here for a few days, kind of stall it out, and then when the army behind us will be here?
Oh.
I mean, they have all these soldiers barracked up, and it's all made of wood. And I got a lot of oil.
There is also the keep at the center of the city is made of stone, but the city walls are wooden.
Hold on, so we can't drop a castle on Shiloah, but we can burn down this city.
That's the fence.
yeah, that was the fence, the city wall. That was the fence he talked to. All right, hold on. Hold on. Tell him to cut off the toes of that giant. And then bring it up here.
Get his toes. His wing toes.
So yeah.
I cannot express to y'all how scared I am of this Boarman army behind us.
But they're on our side.
Yeah, I mean...
We don't know about the Boarman we're walking into.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I want to group up the ones behind us that I know are on our side for now.
Maybe... I don't know. But yeah, this actually is tough now that they're... I think we should delay...
Laughing, so...
Yeah, I think he's laughing at bring toes things.
Well, that too, but I also was not expecting how this session would go. I thought you guys would be like, we're gonna pass through the city, keep going, but I do.
Instead, we enlisted.
I was ready for this as an option. I knew it was a possibility. I just wasn't expecting it.
Good, so we can do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
You're free to.
Honestly, I think.
If we don't tell them to do anything, they're gonna be ahead of us to the castle, and that would actually be.
Yeah, we could. Let's tell them head into the mountains, and take a slower route.
If we don't tell them something, they're gonna come straight to you guys.
Yeah, just tell them delay their approach by like a day or two, or well, just say delay until further notice. We'll tell you when we're there.
Like,
Okay.
hang out in the mountains.
Because they can just bull in the woods around Yanudu. They don't have to just roll up. They don't have to be there when we arrive.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep distance instead of.
Okay, so yeah, that you do your message back.
communication.
Would that be? You would just tell them to keep distance from like settlements.
Maybe just say something like garrison in Ugadi.
Oh yeah, say Ugadi Garrison is wary of Boarman war party. They're arming themselves. I don't know if it's a war party. Wary of a group of Boarmen arming themselves for war.
Wary of Boarman. Keep distance until next message. Maybe.
Bring toes, please, thanks.
Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, armed Ugadi Garrison, Warrior Boarman, keep distance until next message. Good for the main one. Okay. We have full elk then. Bring any. Alright.
I'm gonna get a drink.
No, Boarman only have 2 toes. It's like they're 2 cloven.
Yeah, how many toes do I
That's
have?
true.
I'm sitting there like, How many toes do I have?
Well, they have hooves on their bottom feet. And then they have clawed hands. You know.
They're kind of like satyrs.
Yeah.
Roll a perception for how many toes I have.
All right, if that's the message you send, then you won't get a message for a day. So would you head out towards the hills of the west?
I mean, so we're going here, right? Like by my neck.
Let's see.
We're going like here, right?
It would be like the edge of that tile, the border between the fields
Like
and
here?
Okay.
Well, I mean that's still 50 miles, right?
It's 2 days of travel,
50.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
I walk
then-
fast.
Yeah, no, I would
Are we there?
think we should just.
Or did we travel already?
See what response we get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so you're gonna travel and then get response on the way, or wait until you get?
No,
We'll start
We
because
should
I
have
think it is
reliable
double.
communication.
Okay.
Once a day.
Yeah.
Oh, so you start heading that way. Okay. Okay.
What was our watch order again?
Oh shit, I have it. I was trying to think, but then I was like, wait, I have it written down. Talvo first, then Adau, then Helios, then Rhuk.
For what?
Watch
Watch
order,
order.
like for camping.
Watch. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, these two, by the way, as you're kind of traveling this whole first day, these archers are traveling with you guys. They would mostly kind of chat amongst themselves. They're just like, their attitude is like, hey, we're with these guys for a job, whatever. They're gonna lead us into maybe some fights, but whatever. We're just gonna sit back and shoot arrows.
Yeah. I think we should make nice with them. We can get maybe some information about what the command was thinking.
Okay, yeah, you can try to become friends with them. It becomes pretty clear that they are like professional soldiers in the sense that they do serve the Duke as soldiers as a profession.
Yeah.
But they're not like high level or anything.
Can
Okay.
I buddy with them and see what their standing orders were before they got sent?
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Their
was
orders, that wouldn't be hard to find out. Their orders were literally just guard the city, prepare for
What's with the
marching out.
elk?
Where were you
Like,
guys?
where
At
does
least
elk-
it's
where'd you
something
get this
to do,
elk?
man? This has got to be better than just standing around the city, right? Like,
They shrugged. They're like, yeah, well, in the city at least there's drinks and women. Out here there's nothing.
all right, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
Well, I want to find out where were they marching? Like, where were they marching to after they guarded the city?
Just
They-
the city.
They were like, we don't know. We just knew that we were going to be marching to another town or city sometime soon.
Where'd the
They
elk
didn't
come
tell you
from?
anything? They're gonna go do training exercises, then end up in Pune?
No, not Pune, too far. No, I don't know. It seemed like maybe we were going to go into the woods or something with all the supplies
Okay.
that were being acquired.
Interesting.
Oh. This is something
There's not
I'm
many
into.
woods between here and Kerbach.
Can I do something tiny bit retroactively?
Yeah.
Because I meant to do it.
What's up?
Can I leave a mark in Ugadi somewhere in Thieves' Camp?
Yeah,
to
sure.
let people know that I was there.
Yeah.
Not necessarily where I had.
Talvo was here. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Then when the half band shows up, they're like, "Hold, what? Whoa!"
So yeah, so after first day of travel, it's mostly fields and rolling hills, pretty peaceful area. When it becomes nighttime, actually after actually it'd be the next morning as you're kind of waking up. You would receive a message from Helios, since you have the stone. You'd receive a message from Jed, and it would say, actually, I can just tell you what it says. He says, kneel next to the fire and pray to Kurbak. That's all it says. Okay, so Helios goes over to the fire, starts saying a prayer, and the rest of you like, does he do this without question? Helios?
Yeah, sure. Maybe like a little bit, like, all right.
Like you'd be like, okay, that's weird.
Like, how does the message play out? Like, does he like have the stone and he just like hears it in his own head?
In his head, yeah.
Like we can see him actively like communing with the stone, and then.
Oh, whoops.
Like the stone doesn't have to be in your hand; it's just on his person somewhere. He's attuned to it, right? And then all of a sudden, he hears this, and he's like, "Oh shit!" So
well, yeah, that's what. Can we tell that that's what he heard?
Like,
not necessarily.
That
No.
he had heard something from his stone.
No, but you see, like, all of a sudden he was like, it just like walks over and prays. It's a little strange.
What is it in a language that we would understand?
It would be in Boarman tongue.
Boarman tongue? Okay, well, I don't understand that.
Yeah, Rhuk could
saying?
understand.
Yeah.
I would just figure it was a weird Boarman thing.
Yeah, it just sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. So as
kneel with them.
and as Helios the Boarman does this, all of a sudden his eyes roll back, and the rest of you see his eyes roll back. Helios, for you, your spirit feels like it's lifted out of your body temporarily, and you find yourself floating in a void. And Jed is also in the kneeling pose, and he looks at you and he's like, "The shamans have linked us. We can speak now. What is this business that you've gotten yourselves into?"
Well, I will say that it was not my business at first. We found our way into the city of Ugodi. Started off friendly, and then this little mini army marched in, appeared to not be very friendly towards Boarman, and we found ourselves, other party members spoke up, and now we are doing something.
This army, you say they target Boarman?
We were unsure. They appeared to distrust them. Not the biggest fans, but it was not clear if they were directly targeting any particular settlements or people.
The shaman of our Emperor King, Emperor God Emperor. Shit, that's it. Yeah. He says
shamans are gonna get mad.
The shamans of our God Emperor have reached out to me, as has my friend Mulu, the prince. They have received intel that Locke and her company of Boarmen also might be headed from Shiloah to the south. It could perhaps be them that they are wary of.
That is true. We were actually sent out to find them as this mission.
I know, Mulu
what we
told
do
me.
when there.
I intend to help you with that mission beyond the one given by Kurbak. But Helios, do not get wrapped up in petty affairs. Whatever Boarman or whatever job you're dealing with to the west, it is of no import. That which matters is finding our enemies, crushing them, sowing chaos.
Well, our final goal is, our The location of the castle is northwest, so we'll determine. We have several days till this location to figure out how this is going to play out. This could be, we could use this as good cover for heading this direction anyway.
No, he's like, very well. We will wait outside. We'll be sure to be wary near Ugodi. But once you are done with your business, it is best to head to Yunudu and find the wellspring.
We will be on our way.
And yeah, and then he would like fade into nothingness again. And yeah, zoop, your body goes, your soul goes flying back into your body, and the rest of you can see his eyes roll forward again.
That happened.
Yeah.
What I miss?
None. We were kind of just like watching you do your thing. What's up with that?
Well, so we received some word directly from Jed. The shamans of our people linked us together. Sorry, whoever prayed beside me. We're not invited. So we had some trouble. Their army is staying behind. They aren't going to advance into the town, but they are wary of our own action, saying that they are willing to help us with the endeavor with Locke, but given that we don't know who we are heading out towards, they advise that we don't involve ourselves in petty affairs as such. Can the archers hear us? Is this just between like...
You can step away from them. Right.
A step away from them. So we might need a reevaluate. Now, this is the similar direction as far as you're gonna do anyway. We have a chance to play this either direction.
So
that's all we got.
Did you learn anything about these Boarmen to our west?
Other than, so we have received word that Locke's army could be heading south, which is from
Shaloa, right? Yeah. So
from Shaloa is also his general direction. Now we are still several hundred miles away from this, heading west while they're heading south. But given the timing of that information, that may be the group we're heading into. However, given the size of their recruitments, it would have been like a splinter group. Locke herself.
If Locke is active in the area, we can only assume that she's rallying these groups under her. Because if they weren't underneath the regular Boarman faction, they're probably under her.
So this group of 20 might be well more than 20. This may not be as much of a petty affair as expected. You don't know what information the army and Ugadi got. That could have been old info. But they only knew there were 20.
Again, I would like this to be an affair where perhaps we just get to disappear. Like maybe it is Locke's forces, and we bring these guys with us, and then everybody but us dies. And you can just assume we did, and then we get to disappear and keep going towards Yunudu.
Yunudu, yes. However, if this is Locke's group, the rest of the Boarman army did offer their services to assist.
Does the river system here flow towards Ugodi? Like, does it go through the city?
There's like, from the hills, there's like rivers that go from the east towards the west, and they go down like through the valleys until they eventually meet up with like the big river far in the north. But they kind of like meander
so it goes
around.
all along. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Here,
does Helios have tusks?
Yeah. All Boarmen have tusks.
Okay.
They're like small.
Yeah. If we're gonna, okay. I think if we want to disappear, and we want to do so violently, with regards to these two, then maybe we show that we all died to the Boarmen, right? And so Helios could impale one of them with his tusks after he's been killed, so that it looks like they were gored by a Boarman, and then we can just head up to Yunudu.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like that's like the river in the area, the major one. Right?
Okay.
So we would have, but there's also, is there the smaller one coming from ours towards Yogoti? Because that river looks like it flows the other way.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
never mind, I'm
there's
sorry.
not one that goes towards the place you're
I
going.
see, so we're
You're
taking
going
straight
upstream.
where we are.
Yeah, so the reason I mentioned this is because I was gonna say we just kill them and throw them in the river, but then it would lead, somebody would see it.
Yeah.
So if they weren't gored by Boarmen, then they probably there might be some suspicion. But if they were gored by Boarmen, then they're gonna be like, oh, they died because they suck, and then who cares?
Here's an idea.
We drop a city on them?
No. This is a little bit more gruesome, actually. But like, what if we just burned the bodies? We've got a lot of oil. I got a tinderbox, a lot of candles. Just burn everything and nobody knows what the hell happened.
But they could still be
Were
of
we
use of
not
us
told- were
if we run
told-
into.
Were we told to, like, sow chaos? Because that seems like a great way to do it.
Is we are not gonna, yeah, you know.
Alright, so, okay, well,
Regardless, either
I'm gonna
option.
break, okay, alright, I'm gonna break away from this conversation and act like I'm gonna go take a piss. And then, are we in a, like, what's the situation with our camp? What's the environment around it? Would there be any way to sneak up on it at all from any direction?
On what?
On the camp.
On your guys' camp.
If I were to walk out, like, into the woods and come back.
Yeah. There's like like patches of forest. It's mostly kind of like fields and hills, but there are patches of forest, and you camp probably next to one. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, all right. Then I'm gonna, walk out there, act like I'm pissing, come back or try to come back around behind where the two archers are talking.
Yeah, they have like their own camp a little bit away from you, like 30 feet away.
Then yeah, just go over there. Okay. I suppose I should do one of these. Oh no, I'm just gonna walk up. Actually, I don't need to do that. I'll walk up to them, not making any special effort to disguise my approach.
Okay. Yeah, they look up and they're like, "Hey."
Yeah. So then I'm gonna take my bill and I'm gonna bury it in one of their skulls.
It's a little early.
So you just like grab the weapon, boom, like whip it off your back and then into one of their skulls. Roll me an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. Where's that again? Oh, here. Did I do that? Where do I click again? I'm clicking the weapon.
Skull.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
that's bad.
So you have advantage, but it's still a 7 because I rolled a couple. I think it's just disconnected, but although you get 2 attacks normally, right?
No, I'm a cleric.
Oh, you're a cleric.
I'm not a fighter or anything.
Clerics only get 1. You're right. Sorry. Okay.
So, okay. Well, as I cleanly miss his body and he freaks out, I'll be like, "Work on your reflexes."
I'm gonna need a deception check because you're clearly lying.
You still won't laugh.
Hey, hold on. Let's see. I'm using for them.
Glitching.
Gotcha.
Hold on. Let's see if they. I'm gonna roll. Let's see. Yeah, no, neither of them buy it. They both immediately like jump back and put their hand on like their weapons. Or the closer one has a short sword. He puts his hand on. The other one like pulls their bow and like pulls an arrow. And he's like, "What the fuck was that?"
I don't know. Okay, well, I guess
The rest of you see this, by the way. They're not that far away. You probably didn't notice until you heard this, and then.
Well, I guess the jig is up. I'm not very charismatic, so I suppose I'll do a little person holding.
Okay, are the rest of you gonna help him murder these archers?
Hey, this was the plan. This was literally following the party's
This was
wishes.
planned like 3 days down the line.
Yeah.
He says knocking a bow and pulling.
Okay, yeah. If you help, you don't need to. We don't need to do combat. It's just 2 dudes. This would you would.
One.
Wait. Here's what we'll do. Roll me an athletics for you, Duncan. And if Talvo's gonna help, roll me an acrobatics. Okay, so this is just gonna be a measure of like how is your fighting gonna go? Because yeah, we don't need to do a combat just for these two dudes. It would just be a slaughter. Mainly, this I just want to see do they put up any fight. So like Adau is kind of like caught off guard. Actually, one of them does actually manage to get an arrow off, and it hits him in the shoulder, but it's a light wound. But then Talvo is like, God damn it, and just goes boop, boop, and boop, boop, goes into both their heads with arrows. And they both fall over dead from Talvo's arrows.
Jesus. I mean, Chromatic Dragon. Alright, well, that could have gone better.
You need to express.
Did you have a nice
I really don't like murder people. I'm just good at it, okay?
Yeah.
This is your idea.
Talvo, you go over because you're gonna burn them, right? So Talvo goes over and he like looks. One of them is holding a letter, and he looks, and it's a half-written note to the guy's daughter. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. These dudes are just normal dudes. They're not like mercenaries. They're just normal dudes who happen to be guards. And like, you know, Talvo's like, oh shit.
Well,
I take the note and I want to see if there's any way I can get it sent. Can I perception it?
It's only like half written. It's like my daughter Julia. I can't wait to get home to see your 13th birth.
I have a forgery kit.
You don't think I do too? But if we don't know where to send the note, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, necromancy exists. Oh god, that's even worse.
Animate dead.
No. Okay, but yeah, no. So
you know what? I mean, I do have Revivify. I don't have any diamonds though, and why would I do that?
And then Talvo, you look at the other body. They have like you're like, oh god, yo, this is a nice ring. Oh, it was in its pouch still. Oh, he was about to propose to his girlfriend, and no, we don't have to have that one, but the other one.
Deserve it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You deserve it.
This was not. I didn't want to do this at all. I wanted to go through with the plan, the original plan.
Whose idea was?
Well, okay, I might have, enacted or exacted their fate, but other than that, yeah. Okay, we can go ahead and, I guess, burn the bodies.
I guess.
Yeah, so you burn the bodies, and is it you're just gonna leave them like on the side of the road, or like just shove them off into a ditch?
No, you gotta cover that
shit
like
some
up
guy
with dirt.
hiking, like his daughter's be hiking in like 5 years, and like,
oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
kill piles of ash.
So you kill the archers and burn their bodies. I'm writing this on my notes. One was about to be engaged, and the other had a loving family who he'll never see again. I mean, I don't know. They could have still been awful people, but they, Okay.
Yeah, man.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah,
I'm sure this will never come back through any means of karma or.
No, of course not. Anyway. Alright, well.
Oh no. Anyway.
Alright, well.
But no, alright, okay.
So then are you guys continuing on towards this spot?
No, there's no point now.
Oh. Okay, so you guys are just gonna go to Udidu now.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay. So, so you're basically like just disposing of this whole line of expiration.
Let's go ahead and change our alignment to evil.
Again, I tended that to happen 2 days later.
That was not quite. Didn't get that point across.
Miles. I dropped them because
Hey, all right, hold on. You got to consider. It's whether they're ash 100 miles from here or ash 40 miles from here doesn't matter. They're still unrecognizable ash. In fact, I still think we should spread the ashes in the stream. There's zero possibility of them getting revived to tell the tale, if that happens.
Yeah, but then they can be like, this drinking water tastes like my friend.
Well, you would know, like revivify.
We needed extra help. And
it only works out for like a couple minutes, right?
Yeah, a minute.
Revivify money.
Well, yeah. So once they're ash, it would take a like 7th level spell, which is like thousands of gold. No one's gonna do that just because they found a random set of ashes, right?
Yeah, but like now we have like so we're gonna have like their families are gonna like pull together, have a GoFundMe. And they're,
No.
They're gonna send it back.
Most people do not have the money to do anything like that.
Right. Well, regardless, I'm gonna spread the ashes around so I'm gonna spread the ashes around so they're not recognizable to somebody who isn't looking.
All right, and then the idea is you head on towards the original objective you need to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So the next few days will pass mostly without incident. It'll be about it'll be like 3 or 4 days of travel through the woods. Although I do want to have one of you roll. Let's have Duncan roll me a d10. This will be a random encounter die. The way I do it,
bro. So
well, actually, 1 is good on this die. So the way that this die works is for random encounters. I generally have players roll a d10. If, you know, depending on the area, if it's a particularly dangerous area, maybe a d8. If it's a less dangerous area, a d12. But the idea is that the highest 2 numbers would lead to a potential combat encounter. So, like, in other words, on a d10, a 9 would be like a normal encounter, a 10 would be a hard encounter. So.
Okay.
But a 1 is fine in this case, actually. Yeah.
Follow like a firefly.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so you start walking into, or you start like traveling through the forest, and yeah, the forest is interesting because the forest does have settlements here and there, lots of like elven farms and stuff. But it also has like denser parts of the forest that are pretty packed and pretty ominous. But you guys are either lucky or, you know, like scary enough looking on your own that you scare away bandits or anyone else. And either way, you make it through the forest until you reach the outskirts of Yonudu a couple days later, actually. Along the way, you would have gotten a message from Jed, who would have said, like, we're passing by Ugodi now, but we'll make sure to steer clear. And you don't hear anything else. You know, well, you hear, the next day they would confirm, like, we're good, you know, so nothing to worry about. And they are a couple days behind you guys.
I spent 1 day telling him, got your chaos.
Yeah. To that, he would, like, respond and be like... Sorry, Momo. To that, he would respond and be like, good. We will spread the seed of chaos among this whole land.
Wish he wouldn't say seed.
We'll spread our seed everywhere.
Wish he wouldn't say seed.
That's what I was thinking. We gotta work on your grammar, man.
Yeah, and here, so that I could go, like, see what's up with Momo. Let's take a break here. Are you guys all gonna go like another hour or so?
I'm good, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Alright, let's take a quick little break then, and I'll go grab a drink and see what Momo's deal is. And yeah, for anyone on stream, we'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
That's Chaos One.
Hello. Hello, hello. We're back.
Oh.
So, you guys are going to make it to Unidu.
How big of a settlement is this? Like a town, small
At least
town?
3 people.
A few thousand people. It's a large town or a small city, somewhere in between.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is there's a wellspring here and a lot of water. Doesn't really help.
Yeah. Is there a wizard in the town, maybe? Like,
Well, okay, so as you're getting into the town, it becomes clear that this is like a regional hub of commerce, right? There are lots of villages that you guys pass through, villages nearby throughout this like forest area, and a lot of them come here for smithing services, stuff like that, to sell goods. But it also becomes clear that this is not like a massive city that you'd be able to find, like, right? Like, it has like a small market. That's it. It doesn't have like a large market with lots of buildings off of it. It's not even gonna have like its own. There's certainly not any sort of like magic shop or anything like that. Most cities don't have that.
yeah.
So it's not big enough to have its own like wizard here, unless the ruler has a wizard. Lots of times, dukes or kings or whatever will employ wizards.
Yeah,
right,
that's
mages.
what I'm talking about, actually.
I mean, you would have to go like to the keep, and this city doesn't have outer walls like the one you were just in. But it does have a stone keep at the center that is decently fortified. Like it could withstand a siege for a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should instead of just blindly walking around, we should talk to somebody who might know about where the wellspring is.
Okay, yeah. It also becomes clear to you guys as you'll be discussing this as you're kind of getting to the outskirts of the town. It becomes very clear to you guys that this place is bustling with a lot more activity than normal. There are like normally outside of any average town, there will be like along the side of the roads, there will be like camps of like merchants or traveling performers, right? This place has like the whole like a good mile long stretch of the road leading into the town is just dotted with tents of different groups.
Can I insight check that bitch?
Like just like try to see what they're here for?
Yeah, why they're here, what
some of them, a couple of them seem to be like maybe mercenary groups, adventuring groups. A couple of them seem to be like, there's a group of like, you're pretty sure scholars, like mages. There's a group of like, there's several merchants.
Yeah, but like, what am I overhearing?
It becomes very clear that most of them are also looking for the wellspring.
Uh-oh.
I want to find a mage that's, like you said, there could be some wandering mages with a tent. I want to, think we should go up to one of those.
Okay.
You can't really knock and say hello.
Knock on a tent.
Then they open the flap and like, yes, can I help you? Do you have the ingredients that I sent for?
What did you send for? I'm not the person you sent, but I might have them.
Don't worry about it. Can I help you?
Is it just me, or is everyone at this tent
I'll be there
as well?
too.
Okay. We're looking, well, for the same thing you're looking for, I imagine. I was wondering if you could perhaps have heard anything about its location.
Everyone around here has sealed lips. Seems that their Duchess told her people to not help outsiders.
Interesting. Would you be? Well, I mean, you're not one of the Duchess's people, I imagine. But if I were to find the location, I'll be sure to relay it to you. We'll be back.
Well, that's good luck with that. No one's been able to get any information.
I don't doubt it. We're more capable than we seem, though.
He looks at the two of you and is like, okay.
Hope you good luck finding your ingredients, and I guess we'll walk off. We'll go towards the town, or I'll go towards the town. I can't speak for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, as you guys are walking into the town.
There we go.
You put on a good bored face, yeah.
Good luck finding your ingredients, bitch.
Yeah, yeah. So, sorry. You guys.
Walking towards the town. Do I see any tailors?
There would be like a tailor inside the town, certainly. Yeah.
I want to buy his off scrap.
Sure. Like enough to make your own stuff?
Enough to make just, like little squares of fabric. Totally fine.
Sure, just like, you could...
Yeah, just offcuts that would not be...
just
collecting.
Do like a gold, and it would get you enough to do, a gold piece worth would be many square feet worth of it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And it's of varying colors and qualities. Some of it has been dyed. So.
Doesn't really matter.
Okay. Yeah. So this place is actually bustling with a lot of activity. There is actually this city does actually have it does normally get a lot of visitors, just not this many. It actually has a theater in a kind of grove of trees that is a traditional elven theater. But there's actually a performance being put on by the group that runs the theater.
I have a plan.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of people there because it seems like a lot of the people here, you could tell, are just waiting till someone finds the location of the wellspring till it leaks. Then who knows what will happen, but yeah.
What if I sing a song about like the wrong location?
Oh, you want to misdirect?
Or we could...
The people who have no idea, the people who kind of know, are the ones who aren't going to follow your story.
Yeah, because like if we try to get people to tell us, then we're performing and everybody will know where it is at the same time. We want to thin out our crowd of people who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
TSM, are those scraps? Are you trying to make Molotov cocktails?
Did you just realize that?
Yes, I just realized that.
As soon as you said like several pieces of cloth for no indeterminate reason, it's like I remember a purchase of several dozen oil bottles earlier.
So Molotov cocktails were named after a dude, right? Molotov was his name. So maybe in this world they'll be called Talvo cocktails.
Wait, and that's the way like Molotov and Talvo are kind of
yeah. But yeah. So all right, so this is just again the theater is not something.
There it is.
The theater is not something you guys have to. I'm just putting that out there. There's a theater. There's a couple taverns. There's like a seedy tavern that's more just like salt of the earth people in there. Yes. There's also a tavern that is kind of clearly more marketed to people traveling through, like merchants who have a little bit more money, but it's also not super high class. And then there's lots of people of all sorts here. Actually, Tartrus, roll me a D100. Okay, yeah, never mind. Nothing. There was something that had a 1 in 100 chance to happen, but you didn't roll the magic number 69.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, though, so Sorry, hold on. It actually becomes pretty clear that this town has also been raising forces. Similar to the last one, there seems to be a lot more people doing like training exercises as soldiers in the middle of like the town. Doing drills, and in this case, most of them are with crossbows and bows. Mostly doing range practice. Almost as it, well, yeah. What?
No giant elk?
No giant elk here, although there are quite a few doing exercises on like a war elk, or a set of war elk, right?
Normal.
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like they have some idea of what it is they're up against. Or maybe not up against at all. Yeah, sorry, Duncan, your character in particular, Adau. Well, actually, no. Roll me a perception check. I want to see. We'll see if you would notice this now or later. Dude, I'm just rolling like absolute garbage today.
You would honestly. This is a fairly noticeable thing. Only you're gonna notice it though, because only you have a reason to. The dude in charge of these exercises, the drill sergeant. Although he's actually wearing like breastplate armor, which is pretty rare. He's clearly not just like a drill sergeant. He's like probably the captain of the guard, if you had to guess, or someone very high in the rankings of this place. He's marching around yelling out these orders for these drills. but his colors match the noble colors of this place. But he does have a brooch or an insignia of some sort that you recognize as being part of the order that you have connections to. A purple dragon emblazoned on his armor somewhere.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I suppose I'll approach him. I don't recognize him personally, though. Do I?
No.
Okay.
But
yeah, so I guess I'll walk up and then what I forget what you said.
He's elvish, by the way.
Yeah, I am. Is he a? Can I tell what kind of elf he is?
Yeah, he actually is a dragon elf.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll approach him, and we didn't come up with a motto for the order, but I'll say, does the dragon have a name that we worship?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe.
You don't think it's probably better not to think of it on the fly.
It would probably be. They would just call it the Great Purple Dragon.
Okay. Hail the Great Purple Dragon, brother, friend, companion.
He looks at you and then he's like, look out! As like a war elk with a rider goes by, almost hitting you, just out of accident. But like
yeah.
But he's like, what are you doing here in my exercises? Because it's like in the middle of like the square outside the keep. You guys are just walking by.
Yeah.
And you notice this guy.
I'll you know what? Oh, they're doing ranged exercises. Do you have a spare?
Most of them, yeah.
Do you have a spare crossbow? I'll join in the exercises until they're completed.
He like squints his eyes, like, and he motions to one of his people. It's like, hey, toss him this. And yeah, one of the dudes will just toss you a crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Roll me if you're gonna like try. There are targets, so just roll me an attack roll, and we'll see how well you do.
Okay. I don't have a cross. Oh, I do have a crossbow in my inventory now. I guess I could just cross.
Okay.
And then
Well.
Yeah, you don't have advantage.
I swear.
So it would be the 4. That's funny. So you.
I rolled a nat 1. Of course I did.
And followed by a nat 20.
It like you maybe it's just because you're not used to this or because you've been put on the spot, but you like thunk, and the bolt goes flying over the target into like like the wall of one of the taverns in the town that's behind on the edge of the square.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm more acquainted with my build.
Can we see this?
That's why I'm.
Yeah, you all see this.
Can I step in and be like, let me show you how it's done?
Sure, yeah.
What do I roll?
Just a bow attack. Maybe the 16, which is still pretty good though. Yeah.
I don't have a bow, but I'm proficient in a hand crossbow. So I just like pick one up on the ground and use it for a single shot.
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Everyone's really trying to
Everyone gets in. Yeah.
Yeah, it would just
click it in. You have to click it in attacks and spellcasting.
Yeah, I don't think he has one in his inventory though. Yeah. So it would for you. It would just be hold on. For you, Helios, it would just be your dex plus your proficiency. So it'd be +4. So if you want, you can just do /roll d20 +4.
Wait a minute, Poetry. Is there an enemy or other entity within 5 feet of all my targets?
Yeah, but that just gives you more damage. It doesn't give you advantage.
Flash.
Yeah. Okay. So you two hit the targets decently head on too, but yeah, Rhuk too goes like we're throwing
just
shit.
Silent javelin comes
Yeah.
in.
Adau looks a little embarrassed maybe, but the dude like the dude kind of shrugs and he's like, what's the meaning of this? Why are you interrupting my exercises?
Show your warriors how not to loose a crossbow.
Yeah.
No, we are here for the same reason everyone else is here.
So more vultures coming to pick on what you think is a weak target.
Okay, maybe I'm not here for the reason everyone else is here. That's not how I would describe what we're doing. Well, how would you describe it? We saw many tents on the road in.
Your colors and the way you greeted me. Are you part of the order?
Well, no. I used to be, but I've since left.
Well, that's one thing we have in common then.
Oh well, fair enough. How long were you a member, or an acolyte, I suppose?
Few decades.
Me too. My younger years, 30 to 40.
He nods. He's like, listen, I would love to reminisce about the old days of our order, but I kind of have preparations to make with my men here. And he like yells out something. He's like, keep going, men.
Right. So if I may ask, why did you refer to all of these people as picking on a weak target? Because like we're here because we've heard rumors, but we haven't. Nothing concrete, nothing on which to, nothing to exploit or to pick some people to pick on. So what did you mean by that?
Well, most of the people here think there's merchants who think they can buy their way to the wellspring. There's mercenaries who think they can win favor enough to get a drink of water to get immortality or some nonsense, I don't know.
Okay.
But none of them perceive the Duchess and her rule here as a thing to be respected like I do.
Understandable. And do these people, are they the reason for these drills, or are these routine?
Well, when vultures come around, eventually it leads to bigger problems.
Understandable. More vultures, yeah.
Giant vultures.
Have to be dead for vultures to arrive.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I guess I'll let you get on with your drills. And then I want to load another bolt onto the crossbow and fire it again. Redeem myself.
Alright.
We have to get it again. Dude, I can't win. I can't win.
That's at least good enough where it hits like the edge of the target and there's a clunk and like clatters to the ground. But it at least hits the edge of the target. Like a big...
Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll stick with the bill.
Yeah, so the dude is like... When you kind of turn to go, he's like, listen, if you really are, or were, part of the Order, if you come by in a few hours to the keep, maybe I could see if you would be able to help us in some way. I know those of the Order, in general, it's in our nature to help others. And there's a great deal of help that we could use.
Right, okay.
If you come by the keep in
do that.
Yeah, it's like, come by in a few hours and say that Solomon sent you. Or asked for you, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Captain?
Captain Solomon works.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, salmon. Yeah, no, so he would, and then we turn back and go back to work. He seems very busy. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So in a few hours, though, would you could just burn that by getting drinks or just chilling, or you could also look for more information, look for other things,
Maybe look for...
I did want to do was, if there's anything I could learn from Thieves' Cant through graffiti or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand it probably won't be as much as it would be in a larger city, but...
Roll me investigation.
Ooh.
Okay. That's funny. Yeah, so you don't see any like things that are obvious signs of kind of, you know, underground criminal activity or anything, but you do kind of like when you're looking at one of like the notice boards around town, right? You do notice something that's kind of scrawled out in chicken scratch. It's not very legible, but you're squinting at it and you're like, oh, this is like someone who's clearly not native to this like system of writing or something, or like, you know, they're struggling with this. But there is something that says like says can offer help to get to Wellspring, but we need help first. Meet me here.
Okay. I guess I would share that with the rest of the party.
Neat.
Yeah.
I mean, so we have multiple avenues.
Yeah.
Should we take the official route or the sneaky, sketchy route? I vote for we go with my order member friend, Captain Solomon, because I'm racist. No, I'm just. he's a dragon elf. No.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Last time Rhuk took the sneaky route, it didn't work out so well.
Fair enough.
And so this order with the these are separate. I guess this is like people that you know. Like, how are you related to this order?
Oh, yeah. They're an order of clerics, and I suppose of paladins. Just they're a religious order that hails from the Dragon Elf Empire, spreading the good word of the Great Purple One, or the Great, you know, Purple Dragon.
The one I won purple year,
yeah. Yeah. And, you know, most of their... Well, the reason I joined is because they saved, or well, rather assisted my city in saving itself from the Shaloan attack like 30 years ago. But most of their I forget, like, endeavors manifest themselves through good works, charitable acts. Occasionally they'll fight, but only most of the time that's out of necessity, or they'll keep order, like this guy's doing. At least that's my perception of what the order does. But, you know, I was a member, and I wasn't very high up. I was like, I joined, and 10 years didn't get me very far because they're dragon elves. They live like 3 or 4 centuries. So that's how I could
sound like
recognize
enemies.
his armor. Yeah. Don't mention the lizard folk, and it'll be cool. But yeah, that's how I knew him. I saw the crest, and I'm in good graces with him too. It's not like, you know, Han Solo and Lando Calrissian. So.
Who?
I mean, but yeah, I think we should go that route. But we don't, but like, yeah, and like Rhuk said, the last time he tried to do something sneaky.
You have a few hours to burn before you go and talk to them. You could always go talk to the other dudes or look for other things.
We could do both. Yeah, we could do both.
Yeah, we could like get a little into the sneaky route, and then while waiting for a meeting.
Yeah.
Because then we can have like some other information, like different.
I do want to find out
I'm
what
sure
the
it's probably
army is
harder
doing.
to back out of the official.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if
But
we,
I
like,
definitely
sneak around, we'll go perform
Yeah.
and distract.
I think though.
Conspiracy
It's
typing.
yeah. Yeah, you know something's going on. I think we should at least we want to know what the army is doing with relation to the Wellspring and the people occupying it before we, you know, approach it, because if we don't want to get on the bad side of an army, like we've already done.
And considering we have an army following behind us, we left one behind. We're about to go talk to one, and
yeah, battle of the 5 armies. We need to get the eagles.
I want to go investigate the equivalent to the internet porn ad pop-up that I got.
Yeah. Just on your own or with the whole group?
It says tent over here. So.
Would it be the whole group or?
I mean, if anybody comes with me.
I'm in. That's like I heard the description.
But I'm going to read out what I see and be like, I'm going there. And whoever comes with comes with.
Okay.
I'm a bard. I'm in.
Alright, Rhuk and Adau.
I mean, Talvo is my commander.
Okay.
Leading to victory.
Alright.
You know what else I would do?
Okay.
So.
Alright, yeah, so you guys head over. It's actually taking you, this notice board directed you to the, like, seedier tavern. And
with the word.
Yeah, no. And when you go in the tavern where seed is spread all over the place. When you go into this tavern, there is it's very, very busy. Clearly because of the influx of people in the area. A lot of like bodyguards and stuff who are off duty are drinking here. And there is a dude in one of the corners just sitting and like talking to some people. And it's clearly the dude. The notice would have said like, you could find me in this corner, you know.
Yeah.
The dude, roll me a perception check for all of you, or insight, either one could work.
Finally.
My perception is like double insight, so there we go.
Rhuk is like not really paying much attention.
He's just like, oh.
Rhuk is like eyeing up people to see. Rhuk is like eyeing up people to be like, who's the best person I can fight. But no. Meanwhile, the rest of you all like kind of studying this dude who had this notice up. He's talking to clearly some other people interested in like work or whatever he's offering or info, whatever he interested in working with him. Which is kind of what the notice implied. And you kind of like looking this dude over. Something about him just seems a little off. Like he's wearing clothes and stuff that he doesn't seem comfortable in. As if he like normally would not be in this setting.
Well, I guess I would walk up to him like, you the guy posted about the wellspring?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd probably wait till the other people talking to him. Like they would have gotten up, shaken his hand, and then left. You walk up, and he's like, you're here about the notice.
Notice?
Yeah, that's what. Yes.
Yeah, you're looking for the wellspring, right?
Yeah, no, I was vibe checking him on the thieves' camp. Well.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, okay.
It's okay.
No, his stuff was like not even in good thieves' camp. It was like clearly he meant it to be, but it was not a good job of it.
This guy's probably a guard.
What you got going on here?
He's like, oh yeah, no, there, sit down. He motions to all the four of you. And then he looks at Rhuk and he's like, you seem familiar. Have I seen you somewhere?
I don't think so. What's your name?
Oh god, I don't have a name. Sigurd.
No.
Oh, then I definitely haven't met him.
No, you definitely never met him.
Yeah.
Why do you say I look familiar?
He's like, I'm not sure. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll think on that. So you all are looking for the wellspring too, as everyone is, right? Well, guess what? I know where it is.
I don't believe him.
What are you all looking to get from there?
I'd do like a little cantrip and be like, I'm Matt. Would that be
You can do that.
horse? Look in the train.
What are you all looking to get?
We hear it's bustling with activity.
Safety. I want to be free.
Free from what?
Boarman.
Boarman. Do you actually say that? Are you... Yeah. He's like, Boarman? Are you escaped slaves by chance? And then he looks to Helios, who is a Boarman. He's like, do Boarmen enslave their own kind? How brutish.
You were looking like.
Wait, but isn't like a big part of the economy up here slavery?
Yeah.
Women enslave their own kind.
Out of character, I don't know the lore.
No, yeah.
Yeah, the Boarmen generally don't enslave other
Okay.
Boarmen.
We're just
Yeah, I knew
going
that.
on orders, right? So I mean, we didn't really come up with a reason. Well, you know what? We hear the Fae or the elves out west can turn their elves into giant. Or, I mean, not elves. Turn their elk into giant elk, and we have
And we
four
have four?
regular-sized elk.
Here's
also-
They would like to roam the plains.
Yeah.
here. I'll cut to the chase.
Free spirits.
You all seem like a driven bunch. You got a lot of drive in you.
Very passionate about it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. My employer, we know where it is, the Wellspring. But we're trying to recruit people. Because when we take it, we want people who are loyal, willing to serve us,
What do you work
to
for?
fight for us. Well, can't say everything right now, you know? There's lots of forces at play here. Well, let's just say, if you work for us, right, you'll be working for someone. No, you wouldn't know your name. Sorry, you would say, you, sir, seem like you don't really necessarily care for that, but I promise you, this gig has got all the benefits. Security, you get paid a lot.
Hey, Demo.
You don't have to even... Well, yeah, there's a... You know, I'm a long-time employee, he says, with a little bit of a strange, like, intonation. Like, there's more behind it. I can tell you that if you fight for us, you'll never regret it.
I'm gonna stand up, and oh wait, hold on.
Whip
I
the
have to
dick
read
out.
something.
No, just
Yeah.
Stand there
But
like-
yeah. I'm gonna piss on the table. No, stand up and walk off, but let me just read something real quick.
Yeah, while you're doing that, actually, that works. Because he, you know, people just assume you're going to the bathroom or something. He looks at Rhuk again and says, I really feel like I've seen you before.
I don't think we've ever met. You're mistaken.
He's like, you have an accent. Where are you from?
Shit. Well, that's a long story.
What do you mean?
We're not from. I'm not from here. I came through a wall.
He's like putting his mug to his lips. I don't know. He's like, what?
You went to a glory hole.
No, he's like,
Yeah, one
wait,
of
do
those.
you?
We got 3.
You came through the barrier?
Kinda. We went down like a whirlpool, and then we were flying for a bit, and then I found myself here.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to sell my notes.
Yes, nothing important.
Yeah, and he's like, I see. Yes. Okay. Well. Yeah. No, you're right. I don't know you.
Okay, alright, so this is when I cast Zone of Truth.
Oh god.
I got a thing, so hold on. Is that it? Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth, but I'm gonna use Embodiment of the Law to cast as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna message, I suppose I'll message Talvo, ask him who he works for, get information out of him.
I
which is an
do
action.
believe Zone of
Oh, you
Truth.
can't.
I believe you know.
He's aware. Yeah, he's aware. Like, keep him there. Ask him. Like, this isn't a game now. He's talking about the Outlander. You know?
So yeah, so he'll
Can I do
know.
that? Yeah, he'll know that he's got the.
But if Talvo, like, you know, but basically you're saying you want to tell Talvo through like this. So you're gonna tell him a message, which is like a spell. You point your finger, and he hears a voice in his head, kind of like the sending spell, except short range.
But I have to see him. Yeah.
Okay, so basically you're telling Talvo like, keep this guy
Literally
here.
Keep him
Yeah.
in the zone.
Yeah, keep him
Yeah.
in the booth. Don't let him leave the
If-
booth, and then ask him questions.
And
I'll come
Talvo,
back, I suppose.
Talvo, this is one of your things. This is one of these things, Talvo, where you know, in a tavern like this, you could easily pull out one of your daggers just to show them without anyone else seeing.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna do. I was gonna put one hand on my rapier,
Mm-hmm.
and my other hand pulls out the dagger and points it at his belly.
Mm-hmm.
All while kind of.
Oh, he's got to make a charisma saving throw, by the way.
Yep. Okay. And then, yeah, and you know whether they fail or succeed.
Yeah, I do.
Here, I'll roll it. Open then.
Don't I have a thing that can?
He
Not
succeeds.
well.
Uh,
Well, that didn't
Wasn't fast
matter.
enough.
so it actually fails. Yeah.
Does that mean because he's unaffected? Does he not know that I casted the spell in the first place?
Hold on. You know. No, they know. So, yeah. So he,
Okay.
yeah, he knows that you cast something on him. Talvo shows him the rapier, but then he clearly looks down and then just glares at Adau, and he's like, "What's your game?" And then the
What's your
nice guy act drops. He's like, "Listen, I'm offering you work. That's all."
Why would I work? What? That just doesn't. That doesn't cut. That doesn't fly. I'm doing work for somebody I don't know, going into a job that involves something highly coveted by many parties. I don't. We're not bullshitting here.
Listen,
we either know what we're doing or we don't do it.
you clearly don't believe me when I say I know where it is.
No, I
No,
don't. But even
no,
if you
I
did believe
We have a
it,
town full of others who say the same.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
No. And I'm kind of like, hush. I've seen the dipshit messages you've been leaving around town. If you were half with your salt, you wouldn't be leaving that. Like, I know you're bad. Like, you suck at what you do. Like, what's your angle here?
He reaches down to his pocket to pull something out. Do you let him?
I stab him.
You just gonna stab him? You just gonna stab him?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, roll it. Make me an attack roll.
Oh no.
It's a hit. Roll your damage with
it lagged out for me. Sorry.
it would just be the normal one. But
Yeah.
feel free to roll your damage. You'll have sneak attack because you have allies all around you. Yeah, just on its own it wouldn't be enough, but that sneak attack damage is really good. And you just kill him. You just gut him. You just run him through. He's like, and like people in the bar look over. But you're stealthy enough that not a lot of do. The people nearby look over like, oh shit. But then they're like, whatever. This happens every day. And the dude is like, and then he actually, no, that he like stops reaching down to his pocket. Obviously, he's like,
Grabbing like a fucking note or something.
and then he looks at Rhuk specifically and says, "You bastard, you'll die," and then he dies.
Well, I guess he doesn't know me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm
I want
obviously
to
gonna
follow
check
his hand.
pockets.
Yeah, I want to follow his hand and grab whatever was
Yep.
there.
Yeah, it was a pouch of gold.
That's mine. Thank you.
It was 100 gold. He was about to offer it to you guys, like to show he meant business, and then you just stabbed him.
Here, wait. Guys, I'll be right back. I have to go get a diamond.
Yo,
I knew it was gonna grab. Fucking hell. All right. Well,
So,
I'm
there you
keeping the
go.
gold. That's it. Yeah.
Man, so
what do y'all get the gold?
yeah, TSM.
Oh, yeah,
what's
yeah.
TSM?
You guys
What's
get
your
that.
alignment, TSM?
He should have just replied.
This is an evil game at this
We
point.
should
This
split
is an
it
evil
3
campaign.
ways.
No, this isn't necessarily evil. To be fair, he did some sketchy stuff, you know. So
To be fair, those two guards with loving families, they were like,
yeah, those ones are less excusable. This one at least is somewhat excusable, but so anyways though, so he is yeah, he's dead. Normally, I'm assuming, are you guys gonna like pretend he's drunk and drag him out of the bar or something?
yeah,
like,
no. So I'm going.
No, I'm gonna prop him up like he drank too much and he just passed out.
I'm gonna cast Animate Dead.
What the? Wait, throw it in the chat. How do you have animate dead? Is that
I
dude?
don't like where this is going.
It's Order Cleric. They have animate dead.
Oh my god.
And we're gonna walk him out of the bar.
Your spell abuse.
We're not gonna pretend it's a zombie apocalypse.
So your spell
Like,
abused the target. It literally becomes a zombie, like an actual zombie. To be fair, he was just killed, so it's not like it's a it's not like it immediately
his
turned
eyes like glow or something.
No, it's like it's not that obvious. It's just like his expression is all off. But okay, so here's the thing: like necromancy is fairly noticeable when it happens. Roll me a like
sleight of hand or something.
I don't even know if I would say deception to like try to basically deceive the people around you into not caring about this.
Can I assist him?
Okay. Oh yeah, I can guide myself as well and add a D4.
Okay, so then if he's assisting, it would be with advantage. So we can just take the 16, and then you could add the D4 to that. That's a 20. So 20 is good enough where like yeah, you'd probably have to also the way Talvo would assist would be more by like going up to the dude and holding him like he's drunk and covering his wound with his hand, right? Like, oh, he's fine.
He's good, guys.
Yeah, even though some of the people just saw him get run through with a fucking rapier. And yeah, you finish casting this. He gets up like Talvo maybe like nonchalantly covers his mouth so he can't do zombie moan noises.
Oh no, don't puke in here. No. Wait till we get outside.
Yeah, exactly.
No more dwarven whiskey.
And you get a lot of weird looks, but no one starts a ruckus.
All right. Well, okay. In that case, I'm gonna.
You managed to get outside, yeah.
Yeah. Once we get outside, I'm gonna walk away from it, and I'm gonna order it to approach the keep.
What do you mean approach? Like attack the keep?
No. Just like walk into the square while they're all doing the action.
And what's the plan here?
No plan.
Just like walk out into the range where they're doing archery activities.
You got your target.
Great.
Alright, so it just walks out there and will like shambles out to a place. People start screaming because they're like, what the fuck is going on with this dude? And they're not sure if he's not obviously a zombie. So some people are like, well, is he just crazy or like a and then he just walks out into the middle of the courtyard or like the plaza, and people are like, what the fuck? People go like, what the fuck is that? Like, what's wrong with this dude? He like starts walking out in front of an archer doing exercise. They stop. They're like, what the fuck? And you actually see Solomon, the captain of the guard. He's like, you get out of the way. I'm assuming it doesn't.
Do we mind sharing the rest of the plan?
Push Solomon.
If we're turning the entire town
Order
against
him
us?
to.
No, the shaman. Sorry, the captain of the guard.
The zombie guy and be like, we're heroes.
The captain of the guard.
We're heroes. We've murdered 3 innocents and turned one of them into a foul mimicry of life.
We is a strong word.
Alright, yeah, okay, hold on. I'm not the only one who just shared the plan.
Talvo rolls out a couple bottles.
Yeah,
of
2 of
oil,
us,
like,
yeah.
I can make this go away.
They're about to make it go away for us. Push the captain, or swing at him with a fist. I think he has a weapon, but...
Wait, you want the zombie to swing at the captain of the guard?
Yeah, just like... just...
Okay. Just do zombie stuff.
Like, do zombie stuff.
Yeah, so he...
Okay, so we're going for the zombie.
The captain of the guard like deftly sidesteps it, reaches out and just touches the thing, and you see a flash of radiant light as he basically divine smites it.
Okay.
And he smites the thing and just goes and like boils alive.
Oh my god.
Zombies!
And
Zombies!
and the captain of the guard calls. He's like, "Men, be ready! There's undead here!" And like people start looking around But there's
Yeah, rush out into the square with my bill ready. Like, what's going on?
He looks at you and he's like, "Did you see what happened? Where did the zombie come from?"
I just saw it walk out into the square, and then you deftly dispatched it. I commend you for that display of prowess.
As its flesh is like boiling, he quickly starts ripping its like chest like clothes off. Basically,
yeah, it's at that point that I think I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the corpse
to burn it quicker.
Yeah, to burn it. You're like, yeah, it moved, and then I, burn it.
Oh yeah, so
I would like to step in.
Yeah, yeah.
This will probably be exceptional. I saw it come from the wellspring.
But I think they know about the well. Never mind. It's
The captain looks up at you. He's like, "Do you know where the wellspring is?" And at this point, there's a crowd gathering. He's like, "Go about your days. It's under control. It was just one zombie somehow."
Yeah, where that guy came from. The wellspring?
Mm-hmm. He's like still crouching over the body, making sure it's dead. He looks up at you. He's like, "Why don't we go talk in the keep now rather than later?"
Wait, so this is Captain Solomon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, alright, let's go.
And he leads you guys into the keep.
I don't even get the deception at all.
He's just like, obviously, he's like even if you're telling the truth, it's like it does not compute. It's like, why would it? What do you mean you saw it walk from the wellspring?
Oh no!
As far as they know, the wellspring's like a day away. It could you just walked the whole way, like
that's for scores of people on the roads.
So yeah. So he just leads you guys into the keep. A couple guards, like bodyguards, or well, not bodyguards, just guards under him are with you guys. As you're walking, like the keep actually does have like a small like moat around it and everything. He looks back at you. He's like, he looks back at you. He's like, there's a lot of weird stuff going on here today. In particular, you guys wouldn't happen to have anything to do with it, would you?
The only thing I'm guilty of is being bad with a crossbow.
You saw my shot.
Yeah, we did.
They're not guilty of that. They're just
I want a deception roll, Duncan.
Okay. I'm gonna guide myself again. That's just a cantrip. I didn't realize until today that I'm able to just do that. Oh, okay, so 20, well, not 21.
I think it does have a vocal component, though. So
18.
It's one of those things where, for something like this, though, you could work that into it. You could be like, I swear by the purple dragon. That's like a prayer, that you use to then cast the magic, right? You could.
I speak with my hands.
Exactly.
As well.
Yeah. So by the scales of the purple dragon, I had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's like, all right. To be fair, there's been a lot of weird stuff happening in general lately.
Have there been other undead incursions into the town?
Not undead, but, well, plenty of other things.
Demons?
No, fiends don't come around here often.
That's good. Well, anyway. Oh yeah, well we're here now.
That's good.
But yeah, so he marches with you guys through the keep. You enter through like the great hall. He immediately leads you down like a side corridor to a room where he just knocks on the door. And you hear a female voice that says, "Come in." And he enters, leading you guys in. And there is a female elf here, and she actually has a small like not tiara, but like a circular, like a crownlet. What's it called? Like the smaller crown, right?
A circlet?
Yeah, circlet. That's it. On her head, and she's clearly the Duchess of this area. Helios' camera upside down.
I was getting a crown.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So, she is clearly the Duchess, and she's actually at a war table that has like a map spread out, and she's like looking at it, just studying it.
I want to quickly look at it to see if there's anything that might be marking an object of importance, such as maybe a wellspring?
No, there's not.
Oh, okay.
But there is. You do see a marker of like an army.
Okay.
Between Shiloah and Unadu.
Okay.
I would like to point at the map and be like, Rhuk, get out. And have him memorize it.
Oh, that's right. Rhuk was like. Yeah.
Downloading the knowledge of the
Rhuk takes a screenshot.
Yeah, he does that while you guys are talking. But yeah, so Solomon will walk you guys in and say, Duchess Iria, these travelers came into town a few hours ago, and
Can you spell that?
yeah, they aided me in defeating an undead of some sort that wandered into town. She's like, an undead, and he's like, I don't think it was anything serious, just a weird incident.
Maybe we should check the visitors outside. Maybe there's a necromancer.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
He's
there
like,
could be a necromancer about masking their activity.
She looks a little like annoyed by this. She's like, do you think I don't have eyes and ears looking at those who come in here at a time like this?
I saw a zombie in your town square, so I really don't know what to fucking think, honestly.
Yeah, okay, she does look at her captain guard. She's like, Solomon, they have a point. Maybe there are some gaps in our defenses. Not knowing that it was you guys that literally created it inside the town. You're like, oh come on, lady. Even though it was
There's not these weird occurrences at the same time.
Right off the friars too.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, so we're here about the wellspring, clearly. And Captain Solomon, he said that we should meet about a potential opportunity.
Solomon, why do you bring these interlopers in here? They look just like any other group. And he's like,
They're level 6.
I still have my doubts about them, but this one belongs to my old order.
At your service.
And she's like, she kind of like resizes you up, like she's reconsidering her initial impression. She's like, okay, so one of the order of the scales of the dragon is here. Well, that might change things. Do you all know the state that my city here is in? My whole duchy is in right now.
Undead?
Disarray.
She nods.
Well.
She's like, here's the thing. I can handle the common folk out in the streets who want to find the wellspring for their own petty gain. I can handle the merchants with their money. They'll spend it here and eventually give up on the wellspring and move on. But there are other things coming. The town of Shiloah, the city to our north here, has long held us in regards to them as being their tribute. And I play along with it because my people cannot win a war with Shiloah. But now they come here and they demand that we give them access to the wellspring. And that I can simply not allow.
You know, I have a really good proposition for you. I know how we can deal with that.
And how would you do this?
So, there's this castle. And it's flying.
I know of the flying castle, yes.
Right, well, so it's a matter of figuring out its method for propulsion and then disabling that in a strategic location above the city or above whatever army they're sending to enforce their will.
It seems like she's not even listening to the words that Adau was saying, because she's already kind of focused in on one thing. She's like, hold on, let's back up a second.
Yeah.
I know about the castle, and that makes sense because I know where the wellspring is. In fact, I have been there myself to scout out the enemy. What doesn't make sense is, how do you know? And at this point, Solomon has already put his hand on his weapon. Just not, like, aggressively, but out of precaution, clearly.
There are rumors all across the lands, even down so far as the realm of the Boarmen. People have heard of this castle.
And confirm.
Yeah, he's right there.
Roll me a deception, because although that's partially true, that was more like high-class intel, not necessarily just rumors.
Yeah.
The rumors are that someone found the wellspring. The flying castle being there is more... Yeah. She doesn't seem like she's buying it. She's like, listen, if you know about the castle, then you know who's there.
I actually, out of character, don't. It's supposed to be Helga, right?
Hilda the Vulge, yeah.
Hilda.
Yeah.
Someone said Helga.
You can say Helga,
Yeah.
like it's like Helga or something.
Yeah. Yeah, let me write that down.
And actually, I'm gonna, hold on.
Words.
Okay, I was rolling 7. She looks at you all and she's like, listen, the Shiloans are, when they ask that I give them access to the wellspring, the wellspring is something that my family has known about for generations here. But we have helped to keep it hidden. Because we wanted to avoid, and she motions out like towards the outside of the castle. And as I feared, once its location was found, everyone wants access to it. The Duke of Shiloah, actually, he might be a king. This is out of character. He might be a king. I don't know. Whatever. She would say the king. I think he would call himself a king, even if he's really more of a strong duke.
Yeah.
The king of Shiloah has demanded this, and I refuse. And of course, he says that is essentially a declaration of war. And knowing him, he doesn't want to spend his own manpower on this. He'd rather just pay someone else to do it. I believe he means to send his Boarmen, the company of the Tusks, as they call themselves. And she's looking at Helios out. She's like, a large group of your kind are on their way here, and I believe they plan to do whatever it takes to take this castle, to take this keep, to ransack as much countryside as necessary, and all for the whims of the kings of Shiloah.
Why don't you promise the visitors access to the wellspring if they put up a wall or help defend the town, and then half of them will die, defending against the Boarmen. And
these visitors have no conviction, no morals, no order driving them.
Does that
that's
not
fair.
make them good fodder?
They can still put up a wall.
I get it, nobody wants to work anymore. We should build the wall.
These kids these days,
They just want the wellsprings handed to them.
they just sit on their sending stones and they eat good berries.
Yeah. She's like, this is something that I expect will not leave this room. I did send for aid from my cousin by marriage, the human duke to the south of here, of Ugodi, and I believe he will send his army here to aid me soon. But even him I do not trust fully.
Cool.
Curious. We were actually just in Ugodi, and we saw them mobilizing. So we know, and they were, they were speaking about a party of Boarmen that are already raiding around, to the north of Ugodi, to the north. And they were going to deal with them on the way up here, I think. They were waiting on a band of mercenaries to arrive, but we're here, and it took us a couple days, so they should have departed the army already.
We didn't run into that.
I believe they are a couple days out, but so are the Boarmen from Shiloah, and they number in the hundreds. My town could maybe withstand an assault of 50, not 500 or whatever. Whatever Locke, as I believe she is called, has at her disposal.
You know her.
Well, yeah. I imagine she's pretty well known around here.
Yeah.
The Band of the Tusks, is that what they're
Her,
called?
yeah, the Band of the Tusk, the Company of the Tusk is
Company of the Tusk, yeah,
they're a very, very famous mercenary band. Yeah, they are like one of the most expensive prized mercenary bands in the land, and Shaloa employs them on a semi-permanent basis right now. So yeah.
Okay. So, are you on good terms with the current occupiers of the Wellspring?
She just says that. She's like,
So let them know.
if
No
I
one's on
knew
good
where
terms
to
with
muster
them.
the forces to kick out a half-giant and her ilk, then I would have done so, believe me.
Okay, so here's an idea. If the visitors won't help the town, with their defense, just use them as fodder against the half-giant. Just tell them the location. They'll all die. Maybe take some of the half-giant's forces with them.
And we can come in and assist you.
The
Yeah,
less
of course.
people,
Well, yeah.
the less people who know about the Wellspring, the better.
Okay. Well, afterwards we could, fill in
Well,
the
4
Wellspring
people.
with the castle. Just drop it on the,
Filling in the Wellspring,
doesn't diminish its magical powers.
it would be a last resort. Those waters feed the fields here. Why do you think, well, you're not from around here, the fields of these towns, for being in a thick forested area, yield plentiful harvests? Why do you think that is? The magic flowing through these lands from that wellspring is why.
I was gonna say crop rotation, but never mind.
And also crop rotation. Those nitrogen level, no.
Agricultural-
Yeah, we have nitrogen fixation and all that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So okay. Well. Yeah, we're here, I suppose, to assist in ousting the current occupants, and if that involves defending the town from the Boarmen, well, so be it.
They have a common enemy.
She's been looking at Helios this whole time. As you're saying that, you, Boarman, you would stand against your own kind?
I believe you're familiar with the ways of the opposing Boarman and also the Boarman from the south. We do not agree with each other.
What do you mean? My understanding is that Kurbak views any military order like the one that Locke serves to be a positive.
Well, does that positive reflect the current values of bringing prosperity to the Boarman? Or is it sowing further chaos?
She looks like she has no idea what to say to that. Yeah. And which out of character, yeah, Helios, out of character, you would know that is a debate raging on in the philosophical circles of Boarman nowadays, which is like increasingly Kurbak and his court are imposing kind of centralized order, right? But with that, it is more peaceful, more stable, which not all the Boarmen like. You would know a lot of the Boarmen are like, we should go back to just being nomadic, raiding. We shouldn't care about, order and justice and these things, right? So,
Yes.
yeah. And Locke is actually kind of more like her father, but yeah. But from what you guys figured out, Mulu seems like he wants more of the chaos. So even within the royal family, there is divide. Yeah.
That's why we're neutral for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so
for a reason.
So yeah, should we look at Helios and be like, well, I know nothing of the politics of the Boarmen, but would you perhaps be willing to go on my behalf to talk to Locke?
We're already on our way. Bring the message.
Because if there is a way to de-escalate things, the less violence, the better.
I believe both of our kinds would benefit from such
a course of action.
She nods.
But also, we want to know where the wellspring is.
But we all see it. But
Yeah.
She's like, I knew there'd be something. Why? What do you want with it?
We want to kill the half giant.
Her eyes perk up at
we
this.
gesture to the others who have been quiet.
Yeah.
And she looks over at Talvo and Rhuk as you gesture at them, and then her eyes like settle for a moment on Rhuk, and she's a realization. She's like, wait a minute. You're the one I heard about, who's one of the ones who's fought Hilda already.
Oh yeah, we fought her and we almost kicked her ass before she ran away.
Huh. And she literally, the Duchess here, she literally chuckles. She's like, huh. Okay, I see. Things here are much more complex than I thought. Solomon, you did well to bring them here. He just nods.
I do all along.
And yeah, he's like, yeah, totally. Oh yeah, I definitely knew my lady. No, but so he's so he looks at or she looks at you guys again. She's like, if that is that really your only goal, to kill Hilda?
Well, I personally also want to drop the castle on the Shaloan Keep.
We're undecided on this yet.
Yeah, that's a matter of contention.
If you somehow manage to take the castle, it matters to me not, as long as you don't drop it here.
Oh, well, don't slaughter the citizens of Fluria, and we won't have that problem.
And you, and she looks at Talvo and Rhuk, your only goal is to exterminate Hilda.
Talvo points me in the direction of fighting, and I go and fight. That's my only goal.
She nods. She's like,
it's honor to do it.
If you help me talk to Locke, I will give you the location of the wellspring. But I will bind you to secrecy over it.
So if I bring you a missive from Locke, opening communications, we're Gucci?
We're Gucci?
I would expect for you to
what if we bring
negotiate on my behalf.
That too.
It may require a couple trips back and forth, but at the rate they're approaching, that shouldn't be much time at all.
Would he have a sending stone? Or a pair?
She would nod, yeah.
Okay. Well, instead of making a couple trips, we just give one to Locke if she's willing.
You can ping pong.
Yeah. And then you don't have to go. We don't have to, exactly ping and pong. That's the best way to put that, I think. I'm very eloquent.
She nods. She's like, this will do. Then I will give you these stones and expect your return.
Well, we only need one. The other one for you.
The stone, yes.
She'd be like, excuse me, High Priestess, we only need one.
Yeah, but yeah,
stone splain here.
Yeah, so she'll not, yeah. She's like, okay, very well, once you come back, I will also perhaps be able to help you with your attack against the giant, against Hilda. But we'll wait on that until you're back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Your Grace.
Shall return. The Witcher.
So yeah,
Christ be with you.
And yeah, it becomes like you can clearly tell from Solomon's body language that he still doesn't fully trust you, and her look is really guarded. You're not really able to read her. she's actually not too old for an elf, by the way. Like probably about 100 years old. But clearly has been a ruler for much of that time, and so has had to learn how to keep her expression solid, right, without budging much at all.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So she would just nod and say, she would have like Solomon would go grab like a sending stone, part of a linked pair, and he would give that to you, and then she would just say, if you travel along the road to Shiloah, you'll run into the Boarman.
Yeah. Seems
Okay.
like they're hard to miss.
Yeah. If there's several hundred of them.
Yes. Impossible to
They're
miss.
not a quiet people.
Sorry.
How did you guys do like the roll abide, roll Gucci? What is that about?
You had to add a custom like skill
You
or
just make a
tool.
tool
Oh,
with
okay.
the name and click it. Yeah.
All right.
I'm not official. Where can we buy a Gucci?
If you don't know how to do it, you're not Gucci.
Yeah. 5 advantage. Wait, what does advantage do? Like advantage Gucci?
We take the higher number.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I suppose this is the part where we depart and we go up the road.
The part where we depart.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just gonna go,
Killed you.
just head up towards there?
Unless any of us have business. Hello.
You might have.
Oh, sorry.
We don't want to stay out of that one tavern, but
Okay, yeah. So
abjuration. What is that?
yeah, unless there's anything else, then I think this will probably be a good stopping point for tonight. But is there any last minute things you want to do before next session? Next session we'll start with you guys heading out of town to go meet up with the Company of the Tusks.
Yeah, is there any place in town that sells fertilizer?
No.
Committed several crimes against humanity. Yes.
Yeah. Alright. But yeah, so yeah, I think that'll be where we wrap up tonight. With the group now having completed their murder hobo arc, only 4 sessions in.
It's better to get it out early.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah.
As we go
So
face the army.
There will
Yes.
surely be no consequences for our actions.
Absolutely no consequences for
Yeah,
any of the
0.
actions of this group.
yeah, here's the thing though. You know what's funny? So like in most parts of the world, oh, I just messed up the overlay on the stream because I went to OBS and then hold on. I gotta fix that. So in most parts of the world, there we go. In most parts of the world, of like my world here, right? When people like commune with their gods, you know, they generally receive visions from the perspective of their gods, right? But in this part of the world, that's not really how it works. Visions using divination, magic, whatever, are generally just completely devoid of any insight from the gods as to the emotions involved or anything like that. So guess what? If anyone ever tries to like ask, you know, for divine, what happened to this zombie dude? They're just gonna see the whole thing presented without any context. She's stabbing him in the gut, and then him getting thrown. Or the other dudes, they'd be like, "What happened to my dad a few years back when he died?" They'll just see.
Wait. So
whose
they
fault
just
is
see.
that?
Hold on. So if they divine, so
Like-
say a kid divines, what happened to my family member, it would just be like a vision just of them, or it doesn't show the context as in our party, or it doesn't show the.
It might show
just
the
shows-
context. It depends, basically divination magic here, instead of being directed through a god as its focal point, it's just an objective, truth of what happened.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Depending on how the GM feels.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So it'll be completely up to the interpretation of whoever finds that info. So I'm sure that won't be relevant at all with anything that happened here.
Well, to be fair, we did burn the zombie corpse. So
Yeah.
Did it
Yeah,
get
but you
burned?
know what they would see?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
What
yeah.
would they see?
Yeah.
Murder.
But yeah. So that'll
Oh my god.
that'll
Whoever
do
you
it
kill
for
your
today
future
though.
the model, outlaw, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll
I see
do
you
it for the stream
Terrible
tonight.
session.
I think next time there should be interesting stuff that happens as well, but this definitely did not go how I expected today.
This is all planned.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, so we're gonna wrap up here. I might be back streaming in a couple hours, but I got some work to do for them. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. Any of you guys got streams? Tart, TSM, Helios?
No, I work at 5 in the morning.
I got you.
Peggle for me.
Yeah.
The only thing I
getting
can do
pegged
is
and
watch
stuff.
parties for the next 2
Oh yeah, that's true. TSM, Tetris.
I might stream later tonight. I
Okay.
don't know. I'm going to eat and pass out for a couple hours, but I have one more day off, so who knows what I'll do.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so yeah, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'm gonna host up Brit Shaw, who's playing Pagel. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.